Previously, in the Age of Ashes.
We opened Dreamgate. That's it. That's the recap.
And that is actually it.
What did you expect?
You're such a wiener.
We did not make a whole lot of grand sweeping progress last week. So,
But we intimidated public officials.
you did
to count for something.
the goal. I
We
try to
ate our
keep,
enemies.
I try to keep these recap videos that I put together as short as physically possible because the idea is to both be a very, very brief coverage of the highlights that would be important to somebody that like missed that episode and just wanted to jump back in the next one live, or even wanted to watch all of them and kind of catch up, get a general understanding of where we are. And yeah, I think literally the only event of note last week was that we had made it to Dreamgate and opened the portal.
Which, speaking of,
That is it. That is the things that we accomplished.
Pretty much.
So, as we left off last week, stepping through the portal with the key that the Ekujae had given us at the end of our adventures back in the Mongi Expanse, we found ourselves in a place very, very different from the previous passage Hunter's Gate led us to, which was just literally a tunnel of charred, blackened magma guarded by some kind of a phantasmal fire specter dragon that may or may not exist.
Yeah, Roshin's still positive they just made that up.
No proof that that's a real thing that happened. But this one has led them into a much more well-manicured and maintained area. An atrium here, carved of marble, with delicate inscriptions of butterflies and dancing lights and stars. Literally, multicolored beads of energy up near the ceiling, washing the whole area in a dim, almost phantasmal light. This one largely seems like it was a pretty nice place. And there's absolutely nothing here out of the ordinary except for the Night Hag crucified on the wall in front of you. But,
Nothing weird about that.
With
you
the Bissell
ignore
graffiti.
that,
Just an everyday occurrence. No big deal.
if you ignore that, it's a really nice place. And we ended our session pretty much immediately as we came through and saw all of this in front of us. A decently sized chamber, maybe about 30 feet in any given direction. The portal still open behind you and this broken statue in front, flanked on either side by passages leading to the left and right to unknowns beyond.
what is that?
It appears to be a crucified Night Hag.
Is that like different from a day hag?
Yes, yes, very different.
I wasn't aware that there were different types. Sorry.
Well, based on look of creature, I do not want to encounter. Do you think there might be more?
There's always more of their kind.
Oh, good.
But no telling what here. And it seems as though it didn't get along well with what other denizens came through here. Also, even though there's always more of them, they don't congregate in large groups. Small covens at the most.
Perhaps will not be big problem then.
I'm more worried about what actually nailed it up on the wall.
So you have Haglor, right?
I do have Haglor.
You want to make me a Haglor roll?
Sure.
Person who's definitely a regular human.
I'm totally regular.
Nat 20.
I know things. That's a 31 nat 20 Haglor.
So the way this hag is placed up on the wall, though the most obvious and relatable explanation for, well, normal people from regular society, it looks like they had been nailed up there as a warning or a punishment of some kind. But this is a little bit different to you. What with the elven flowing script on the wall behind where the statue once stood having been scratched out and replaced with abyssal runes around it, the way that this Night Hag is positioned up on the wall in this place of prominence before the portal, it almost seems more reverent than warning.
That is curious. I'll relay that as it occurs to her.
So,
And nobody knows Abyssal, right?
Nobody knows
I asked that
Abyssal.
last week.
Yeah.
I was just double checking. I was pretty sure I asked that.
You know, between last week and now, I didn't learn Abyssal.
Yeah, I think we figured out that this was a hag because Roshin had hag lore, but that was all we got.
Yep.
Right. Fair enough.
Why would you do that out of respect or admiration? I mean, that seems like a bad way to go.
Well, there's not a lot of blood around the wounds. It's possible the Night Hag perished before they nailed her up there. And if this was intended
And
as like
she's-
an altar,
She's like for sure dead. There's not like, I don't know, some kind of sleeping that they do. Is that
Sword.
I was inspecting it. Yeah.
seriously.
So no, I didn't expect that was a joke. As you step forward and just run your longsword up through this Night Hag on the wall. I mean, you can only get it so deep because she's up against the flat marble behind her, but the point of your blade buries into her body with a gush of blood. And as you get that close and look her over, she doesn't appear to have any wounds whatsoever, save for obviously the one that you just inflicted. Even the nails that are holding against the wall, they aren't actually driven through her, they're supporting her there.
Did you just stab a living hag?
Nah, she's super dead.
Yeah, she doesn't react or move in any way.
Typically,
But,
when you stab living creature, they
still
move.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't usually bleed like that, right? Like they usually just kind of ooze a little.
Is
Well,
this
Thorn
your,
draws blood very quickly. It's Milani's curse.
Oh, you have a special stabby implement.
It is not typical creature either.
Stabby.
It's possible that they do not decay.
I do wonder about these offshoots in this. I figured this area was just supposed to get from this gate to that gate. I found it odd that they have offshoots in directions.
So as you talk amongst yourselves here with Roshin, even just 10 feet in front of the rest of you, as she turns to talk back to the party and you hear them speaking, it sounds like you guys are at least a dozen yards apart from each other. As if even over such a short space, your voices are muted and distant.
Curious effect.
You also would notice that aside from that and the small occasional noise of bells or chimes that just seems to kind of emanate and reverberate around up and down the hallways, it's near utterly silent beyond that.
Place kind of spooks me out. We may want to keep moving.
Shall we go left?
Oh, left. Yeah, left. Well, yeah, okay, let's go. Yeah.
Is that not a good direction for you?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure which way that is,
Well,
but I don't really feel like it's the right way.
because it's an L, and I knew that we knew that one.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
I
I got the solution to which way we need to go. Rubs his hands together, walks up. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That one.
Wait, was that okay?
Maybe
That's the
playing
same
the same one
one.
that they seem to be indicating.
That's the same one. So yeah, I guess. Well, I guess if that's what
Well, if you would like, I can scout ahead. It's not a problem.
That would be really good.
I don't know if we want to get too far apart. It seems like distance around here seems kind of wonky.
Well, it seems that sound gets distorted, but that could actually be quite useful. If Trishik is able to get eyes on something, he won't be heard as he retreats, with his click and claws on the stone, as it were.
Do we want to be quiet? Because if so, I won't detect magic.
If,
Probably best not to be shouting on the calling
What
down
is
on your
quiet?
powers if we're to be not noticed.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah, don't
would
worry,
be
I'm
better to keep eye out.
super good at being quiet.
Dinner place.
Shuffles armor. So this hallway, actually either of the hallways leading beyond are pretty narrow marble structures where you'd be all but really forced to proceed through a single file.
Roshan's going to take a piece of chalk out of her pack and just draw an arrow on the floor so we know which way we went, just in case there's strange shenanigans that happen.
Yeah, he's got to be prepared for strange shenanigans.
Well, they give me 10 pieces of chalk in the adventurer's pack. I got to use it for something.
And Trishik, you wanted to go up ahead, like just in the front, or like an actual ahead of the party?
Like 15 to 20 feet ahead, literally looking around. Because with the sound distortion, I don't need to be super far ahead.
All right, let me do this then. Let me give you some light, Aroni. I was kind of trying to minimize how many. I learned a lesson of using Arkenforge, which is that if I put fog revealing light on literally everybody's token, it gets laggy. So I'm not doing that. I'm trying not to put it on absolutely
Want me to
everyone.
give you his hero points?
Well, I mean, yes, you could also give
Session
me.
rerolls.
I guess if you
I
guys,
like your thinking, though.
I'm the
You're
only-
like, yes, I will sneak you some funds. I'm like,
I guess if
Okay.
you guys want session heroes, I suppose.
It would be
Shall,
That'd be useful.
shall we do crime?
shall we do crime? I'm like, sure.
If you've got a gosh, we should look at the time. It's crime o'clock. So,
Secret ingredient.
the Shashik
Murder.
moves to kind of push past the group of you and move into this left hallway here. What is everybody else doing? You gonna follow immediately behind him?
I mean, an appropriate distance. You know, he did say he wanted to scout ahead, but I'm gonna have my shield up
I'll
just
probably
in
be
case.
right behind Buddy.
Sword and shield will be drawn, but aside from that, I suppose she'll be.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I've just totally blanked out the
Searching?
word. Thank you, searching.
Searching for things.
I'll have my bow drawn and my gloves off, just in case I need to cut something with my claws.
You're just obviously stealthing as
Yes.
you go forward.
And
here.
I will scout.
Okay. Did we get Marshall? I didn't hear Marshall.
I don't think we did.
Oh, I'm right behind Buddy,
Okay.
and I have my axe ready. So.
All right. So as all of you can see down this hallway here, it does seem to cut away at an angle just about 10 feet of passage, turning 45 degrees further to align itself with the original portal. So Trishik, making his way down to that second angle, would be able to see into the next chamber along, where it appears to open wide into a much, much larger chamber, both vertically and around, near 40 feet across in every direction. In the center is an enormous willow tree. Its branches out and then drooping to form a canopy around almost the entirety of the room. But around the base of its trunk are a set of 6 oversized roots that, as they come out very uniformly and at equal angles from each other, flat across their tops, they've been carved to be almost perfectly rectangular. Even with small, shallow impressions atop each one, clearly looking to be beds with just enough space above them to climb underneath the willow's spreading branches above. As you look at it, you notice that it's, while it immediately, as comes into view, appears to be a willow tree, it looks like it's either petrified or carved from stone in the first place. A statue matching the rest of the area here. Otherwise, though, this chamber, odd as it is, appears to be empty, save for the same small, sparkling colored lights around the ceiling, dimly illuminating this room as well.
Which are quite useful because I don't need a light source.
Yeah, which would also absolutely make this a little bit bigger, because from here you could definitely see that there's a doorway matching on the other side that leads yet further into wherever this is.
Everything's just covered in like evening glow.
Basically, yeah. Nobody needs any kind of a light in here. It's not bright, but it is dim and visible. And the real Bengal Tiger, the tier 3 sub. Thank you for the support. That's a big one. Appreciate it.
Can I roll a perception check, or does that mess up my
You
stealth?
would stop stealthing if you want to roll a perception check.
Okay. Well, then I'll just come into the room, going along the I guess, western wall, going up and around that way.
Okay, I was like, it's all the western wall. It's the western side of the room. You're taking a left turn as the party begins to follow along behind you. Marshall right behind Buddy, his axe at the ready, and Resume a little further back. As you make your way into, you get to see what's going on here, really. And as you kind of creep around the corner, getting a better view of this strange statue, this willow object in the center of the room, one of the branches nearest you starts to sag down towards you. I'm going to have you roll initiative, everybody, just for how you react to this, because it is an odd thing in a place where everyone is already very sketched, I'm sure. Tarjan Abe, thank you for the primary sub. So, obviously, we're going to start with your chic here.
26.
26.
And we get +1.
27.
Yes, you get +1 from scouting from the back somehow.
It's doing a thing.
Hey, it looks weird. Like, If you got a better view down the hallway, you can kind of see it. Like, oh, that's all you can see is the moving part.
26.
Also 26. Who wants to go first?
No, he's 27.
Oh, you're 27. My bad. Resume.
It's gonna be 29.
29. You guys are a nice little nugget here. Roshi.
Nugget. I have 15.
Yeah, we knew that one.
I can't figure it out. Let's go oofies. And Marshall.
23.
23. Okay, let's go here.
Nugget and Roshin.
Okay.
I've always heard willows are notoriously unreliable.
Trace. It's always gotta be Trace.
So,
Is that a dinosaur?
Trishik. I was close. I don't have a tree token. It's my weird non-human thing token. Don't bully me. Trishik, as out of the corner of your eye, you start to see this bit of movement here. Before you even have an opportunity to react, the branch goes from a brief sag to lashing down towards you, reaching out almost like a grasping hand. The branch over the nearest of these beds, the one right in front of the door, lashing towards you. Very
A
aggressive.
question for you.
An answer, probably.
Does this creature actually have eyes?
It just knows the things.
Because I have foil senses.
You do.
It wouldn't necessarily know that I'm there unless it can see me directly.
So I'm unclear on how exactly this thing detects things, but I'm pretty sure it's just a magical, like, aura of life or mind sense. It doesn't see you, per se.
Would it be like a tremor sense?
No, it's not a tremor sense.
I mean, they actually
It's-
do have life sense. Like, if you are
Yeah, it
breathing
is-
in the room,
it is like-
it can detect you.
It just reads the auras of sentient creatures that are within this chamber, it seems. Now, you got foil senses, and if you can give me a decent way that you would foil a life-sensing magical object.
Play dead.
Well, maybe it didn't.
Deadly Doll also with a tier 3 sub.
Maybe it doesn't
It's
think
going
it's
hard.
shit.
Thank you.
Maybe it doesn't think I'm sent. No. In this particular case, everything about Thrushik is being slowed down. He's slowing down his breathing, his heart rate, the blood flow. He is working on dampening his presence to the point that his heartbeat falls lower than some creatures can handle.
Torpor.
He's a lizard. He's in the lizard powers.
Yep. Enough to lower bodily
Give me a
temperature.
stealth check.
He's incorporeal.
I'll session reroll that 7. Because that was 7 for initiative and 7 for
Yeah.
You gotta be out of 7
Different
or you
die.
win the
That was
lottery.
the
One or the
worst
other.
dice. Why did you
Yeah.
change?
what? No, this wasn't the worst. This was my first nat 20. 2 a 2. Okay, so that's a 21.
So yeah, with
Yeah, so it definitely
with a
would
21,
notice me.
I am gonna see this. This thing is definitely aware of your presence. That is an interesting question, though, with foil senses and a thing that just kind of reads.
Because it calls out
Consciousness?
avoiding all special forms of detection.
Yeah. I gave it. You rolled it. I gave it to you. It was there.
Yeah. That's just why I brought it up.
So, as this thing lashes down, the branch is going to reach down towards you, reaching all the way from the center of the room here, slamming down with near blinding speed and force for a villain point. Into the ground, 6 feet away from Link.
I did foil it. It
14,
doesn't know
29
exactly
there.
where I am.
Yeah, you foiled exactly 1 villain point out of it. That's
Yeah.
right.
You left a little doll of a lizard behind you.
For a 30.
That's actually just barely hits.
Yeah, we're getting to high levels now. People,
Yeah.
AC's getting up there. People getting real chunky.
What is AC?
What's an armor? I'm
You
a
have a health
barbarian.
pool. You're a health tank.
I had
What's
the
an
meat
armor
shield.
class? So as this hits you, it is going to connect for 23 points of bludgeoning damage. And you will all see this branch lash down and wrap, almost using the smaller branches at the end of this larger major stalk like fingers, closing around him like a stone cage as it pulls him back onto the nearest of the beds. And you are grabbed, good sir. Why do I even have the quick reference stack? It only has things I don't look for.
It's the slow reference
It
stack.
is the slow reference stack. It makes everything so much worse. You're grabbed. And as it holds you down on the stone bed, it presses your body into it. I need you to make me a fortitude save as well.
Oof.
30.
A 30 will succeed, so you're going to take half. So that is going to be only 7 points of bludgeoning damage from this kind of crushing force. Alright, Resume.
Resume, seeing that Trushik has just been grabbed.
You kind of just got yoinked out of sight, as far as you can tell.
Do I see that he's being restrained?
No,
Or
you
can
can't see him anymore. He's definitely pulled out of your line of sight. But you can probably barely see him. That's about it.
Then I'm gonna delay because
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Tell me when you want to come back into the game here, Trishik.
Well, I'm going to try and break free.
That would make sense.
Yeah. That's just unarmed for all intents and purposes.
It's either acrobatics, athletics, or an unarmed strike. It's your choice.
There's choice.
Is unarmed for me can still be dexterity?
Yeah, because unarmed can be. Yeah, it's either.
I
an
didn't
unarmed
know for
strike-
this
yeah, 'cause
particular-
unarmed strikes are finesse, so it'd be
Okay, well then I'll
either or.
attempt an unarmed strike to break free.
punch yourself away from the branches.
Cut him loose.
Oh yeah, you get stone.
26.
Alrighty, and I gotta find 26. Where is it? This tramps are weird. Why don't you don't have all the stats I need you to have, good sir. A 26 would be able to kind of claw at these smaller peripheral branches that are holding you in place here, and snap and clatter through them and free yourself.
All right. Well, of course, I'm going to mobility away from this because I don't know what it can possibly do.
Half in stride and doesn't trigger reactions.
Yeah, so I'm going to
Hop
move
back out of the
20
room.
feet using 2 actions to mobility and avoid any potential AOs.
You just kind of hop back into the hallway here.
Yep, just 2 quick hops back, getting back over to Buddy. It is a sentient tree. It does not feel nice, but I'm not dying.
You see him just get yoinked and skitter back into the hallway. Buddy.
Yeah, it looks like it's some kind of stone tree, but it seems to be able to move. I don't know. We may want to check
Perhaps-
this out. Yeah, I don't
Perhaps
know.
you should trim the branches a bit.
Well, you can
True.
see that branch that had grabbed onto him, all of the side stalks and twigs have been snapped off of it now. So it's also still kind of stuck on the bed where it had been wrenched off, frozen just as it was when Trishik escaped.
I gotcha. I'm going to look at the rest. You guys ever seen anything like this before? And I'll delete.
Well,
Trees that grab people. I mean, there are some things that can make plants and trees come to their defense. The Fae have such things, I think. It could just be defending the area or defending itself.
Well, it did put me on that bed of sorts.
Maybe it thinks you're cranky and you need a nap.
I do not know. It simply wanted to put me there.
So we could just go in and hit a lot and see if that works.
Well, let
That
us.
sounds rather dangerous. Perhaps we should take a bit of a safer route first.
Let me try from here and see what we get.
I agree. I think safety is best, especially since we don't know how far this place goes or what other strange things will be waiting for us.
you just kind of
What do you think, Marshall, about the cautious approach?
Well, it is my turn.
Oh, you can
It
It is
yeah,
100% your turn.
I'm like, wow, I know one way to deal with the tree. I just rush in there. I'm gonna show you.
Kinda what I figured,
Now,
yeah.
this is a very big room, right?
it's a very large room. So you
Okay,
kinda,
that's all I need to know.
But you're also a very big dwarf, so you kind of bully your way past Buddy and Trishik
Yeah.
Yep.
into the area.
Ah,
into
the
room
cautious
there.
approach.
Yep. I'll use my first action to at least get into the room. And then
And,
I just kind of look back at the guys, like, let me show you what I can really do. Get my elvish wine.
I like how the elvish wine makes him so angry that he rages.
Take my sip. I start going red-eyed, the veins popping, but this time I'm growing like taller and like wider.
Oh my God, there he is.
I'm at
He's a
least
big
like
boy.
12 feet. I'm at least 12 feet tall if I remember.
You got a big chamber and plenty of room for you to grow up to that
And
height. Yeah.
I can actually appropriately hold my axe now.
As Marshall gets real big, then it would be Roche, unless Buddy or Resume wants to step in here, because getting in there raging and getting real big is his.
I'd move up next to him. I'd be like, I'd see him. I'd kind of stand back as he walked by me, and I'd see him,
This is the first time you guys see
and
me go
I'd start
giant.
kind of look up. I'm like, I'm sure I can shield at least one half of that man. And I'm gonna move up, I guess, to his left side up there.
I could hide in his beard.
Just kind of squeezing in through.
Yeah.
So as you push through behind him, the next of these big branches around lashes down as the rest of the tree starts to animate and its branches unfurling, waving in an unseen breeze. But this one slamming down towards Buddy for a 34.
That'll just hit.
This is why I used mobility.
It does have attack of opportunity.
Better safe than sorry.
Scramble, scramble, scramble.
Yep.
It's going to get you for 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it's going to pull you up into this next bed around.
Oh, there goes Buddy.
As you are grabbed as well. You see Buddy try to squeeze through the door and just bloop, and he waves him out of the doorway. You want to just hand her your grab card.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Pass this thing around.
But you do still have an action left.
Just, oh, thank you.
Well, now I'm over here. It's final looking tree. And I'm going to just try and peel off this branch that has got me. Can I do this?
Yeah.
It's not great. It's a 23.
So the 23 is you kind of get slammed down here. It's much more easily able to hold you because you know how much metal you have. You're kind of a sturdy
also
nugget
really
of a
bulky.
person.
Yeah.
You're very large. It's got a much better grip, and you're a little more restrained and can't easily get yourself free there. But what you do notice as you get held down is the branch that Trishik had forced his way from is no longer animating. It is just curled over that bed, as motionless as when you first saw it.
Seems like just a good whack and it'll do some good
Do you want to
here.
come in or Resume
Yes.
or Roche? It's up to you.
I'll come
guys.
in.
Okay, Resume then.
Resume will come into the room and
Up to the edge or like up into the room?
no, up into the room and try
As you
to
move into the room, another giant branch reaches down from the
Good.
southern side, slapping towards Resume. As these two branches reach down around Marshall as he just gets real big in the entryway. It's gonna hit you.
I love how
And
you
I
just made the
will-
little emote.
nimble dodge.
Okay, so that gives you +2
AC.
Try to dodge down as you get in. It's gonna hit you for a 44.
Yeah, that will crit me.
Oof.
And as a not super able to dodge as you come in around Marshall, it's going to yank you
Good.
back
Okay.
into this lower bed here. Slamming you for 44 points of bludgeoning damage.
Perhaps
And you
tree
are-
is more dangerous than I thought.
Also grabbed.
It's fine. I have a feeling there's something down here that wants us to see.
Yes, pain.
Death.
Sadness. You still got an action left?
As an action, I will actually try to look up underneath the tree and see if there's anything here that looks significant. Any writing, anything.
Make me a perception check. You're like, oh, thank you. I'll do it. Like, interesting. The tree here is made of tree.
That's gonna be a 28.
So 28, you can see that in the center of this trunk, facing the southern side of the room, just above the bed, right before the branches start to splay out, there is a disc-shaped indentation around the size of your hand that goes back about 2-3 inches into the bark. Very clearly placed there. It's a perfectly round, unlike the rest of this very naturally carved willow statue thing.
There's something down here that looks like it needs to be triggered.
Oh, that's
Proceed.
lovely. We can go trigger it once we finish smashing it into pieces. So Roshin's gonna come up just to enough, not into the room.
See two people keep yoink down the doorway.
Just gonna stand there, walk up, and just kind of looking. Arumbantia, and a red light forms a vine that sprouts a rose petal, which the petals fall away to form a morning star, which will then flick over to the tree and start smashing away chunks of the stone, trying to free Resme.
Okay.
That spiritual weapon, it's just gonna flip over there and uses my attack modifier to do force damage.
Sorry.
Let's see if I have something for that way you roll it.
Pretty good.
So yeah, that's pretty good. That's a 31.
31 will hit it. It is currently holding Resume down, so it's not really going anywhere.
It's let's see, 14 force damage.
So 14 points of force damage. As your weapon strikes, even this magical variant of it seems to have difficulty beating through the branch itself, as the actual large stalk that's controlling it and holding it on the bed is very solid. It is going to do some damage to it, though. And then I believe it is 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
So
A buzzsaw starts, and you begin slowly.
Oh, it's a saw tree. That's lovely.
from the backside, one of the branches on the other end curls almost entirely over the tree itself, over this sort of curled and motionless branch that your sheik had broken to reach down towards Marshall. It's going to get very silly here in a second. It's going to swing at you for a 38.
My AC is 25, so I think that hits.
Criticals.
It is
Criticals,
critical
if
hits, as a matter of
anything.
fact. So the good news is you got some barbarian stoutness here.
I am the meat boy.
Bad news is it's going to be hitting you for 52 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
Freaking
52.
As it grabs you and just yanks you back over the top. This branch wrapped around the side of you, and it pulls you into this bed on the eastern side, the opposite of the door.
I'm beginning to think we shouldn't be going into this room. It just seems like a bad idea.
Want to have a grab card?
It does only have 2 beds left.
It does only have 2 beds left. So
What a coincidence. There's 2 of us.
No.
I need a fortitude save from the 3 of you that are currently grabbed.
Oh, fortitude.
Yes. Just the
Oh, that's good.
fortitude.
32.
You,
He has Juggernaut.
Oh, yes,
And I have
you
Juggernaut.
critically succeed. So, yeah, it is not going to be... It can't get a good enough grip on Marshall to really
Plus, I'm too
squeeze him.
big.
Yeah, like, it can't... You're too big. It literally can't grab you. You're too big for Smash. So,
25.
25 and
33.
33 is going to succeed. So, Buford is going to take 13 points of bludgeoning damage. You'll take 6.
Okay.
Resume.
Not nearly as bad as the critical whomping.
So I'm not grabbed
the
anymore, right?
smacking seems to be
You are
much
totally
worse.
grabbed.
Oh, yeah, I am
Yeah,
still
you
grabbed.
are grabbed. It can't, like,
Okay.
get you hard enough to squeeze you and hurt you, but
It just
you are
failed the crush
grabbed.
damage.
Okay.
You're way bigger than this bed,
Yeah.
so kind of
I'm not
almost
worried about this thing.
comically held on this.
Why do you think I grew so big? I'm just like, ah.
Kushi.
I do believe I can help with this, but give a moment. And I'm going to hunker down, because I know it had trouble seeing me at first. It kind of flailed around before it got a hold of me, so I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try hiding from it.
Okay, so Pathfinder mechanics. As soon as you go into the room, you're no longer hiding because you have nothing to hide behind. It's an open room. You need cover or concealment to hide.
Does that apply to a thing that has no standard forms of
It
vision?
does. You just need cover or concealment to hide, period. Unless, I believe there is a feat, it's either a skill or a rogue feat,
It's
that
a
even
rogue.
lets you remain hidden until the end of that movement. Because otherwise you immediately break cover. Like, you're immediately not hidden as soon as you leave cover, even mid-move. So, there's nothing easy to hide in there.
I can hide behind this corner and attempt to shoot it.
You can hide behind the corner and attempt to shoot it.
Can I attempt to shoot one of the branches holding someone down to crack it?
Absolutely.
All right, then that's what I do. I'm going to attempt to hide behind this corner here. A 23.
So the 23, that arrow is just going to bounce
That's me
harmlessly.
hiding.
Oh, that's you hiding.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 23, so you're hidden.
Yeah.
Which I guess flat-footed now.
Yeah. So, and then 34.
34 will hit it. So arrow will strike which one? One
The resume.
What Roshin's mace is already whacking on? All right.
Yeah. Do I roll sneak attack?
No, it doesn't mean precision damage.
Okay.
It is a
Can it bleed?
tree statue. It cannot bleed.
No. So that's 11? 13? 11.
With 11, your arrow bounces off of the stone bridge. Not completely harmlessly, but really, really close to completely harmlessly. The tiniest little notch by the arrowhead struck into the stone.
Well, I'll try shooting it again because it's all I can really do without getting yoinked by the branches.
I don't
So,
believe you punch your way to a hero point.
No,
You did not
21.
find a way to a hero.
villain point.
Villain.
21 is gonna
Oh, it's
bounce
a-
off harmlessly.
Yeah.
Link 1429. Resume is making puns in chat. Death by hero point. Giving a villain point to me. Thank you. I would take that. So far away. Back up to 2. Fantastic. Alrighty. So, Marshall, as it's fully animated now and you're kind of held down onto this bed, it's not like able to squeeze and grip and really hurt you. But you start to lose sight of the room that you're in. Your vision starts to flash and swirl with thoughts that aren't your own. You see deep in the heart of a mountain, a dwarven city that you don't recognize, aflame. A stone dragon, seemingly made of magma, rising from a great lake of lava behind it, washing this town away with its fire. Make me a will save.
Well done.
oh no.
Okay, so I got a plus 15 to will. Not too bad. 24?
Yeah, 24 is going to fail. And you are going to take 24 points of mental damage as this vision is forced violently into your consciousness, feeling almost this heat on your own skin. But then you can take your turn.
Alright. Well, first I'm grappled.
You are grappled.
So I can use athletics, right?
You can absolutely use athletics.
Oh yeah, definitely. I got a plus 19.
Okay, well, let's go. Giant man.
I am cashing in a point for that.
Do a session
you
roll
can
first.
session.
Oh, session
roll
roll.
first, 'cause
Oh,
you can-
session.
Yeah, he's got a session roll.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, use
You
that
get those
first.
every
Yeah,
day.
sorry.
Hero points got to be given to you. But
I rolled a
people
2, but I'm
percent.
pretty sure I'm good, not that good. Oh, nat 20. So 39.
Yeah, you absolutely easily, given your massive size, you actually could just break the entirety of the main stalk of this branch off.
So I just like rip it off. Like
Rip it off and just drop it on the ground.
I'll show you how to grab somebody. And then, of course, just full on.
All right, give me your attack to turn around, swing back in the trunk of this thing.
Oh, I'm angry.
I'll show you how to grab someone. Chop. That's not a grab.
That's not. We need to teach him to talk smack.
His intelligence is very low. So
He's very angry. He can't think straight.
exactly. All right, so 14 plus, because I'm rage. Oh, it only adds to damage. So 14 plus 18, that's
32?
32. Yes.
32 will hit.
Woohoo! All right.
Now we get big boy barbarian giant man damage.
This is your big boy hit.
You got a lot.
So let's see, 16 plus 7, that's still 23.
And then do you have your giant size damage increase in there too? Because
That's
making-
plus 4, I think, right?
making yourself large does give you more damage as well. Okay.
Yeah, that's
okay.
that's with everything. Yeah.
So 23. So you smash pretty soundly into the trunk of this, your axe managing to shatter a decent portion of the stone in this branch that right next to you was already starting to wind around your direction.
Okay.
But not hard enough to sever it out entirely.
Okay.
You have one action left.
I'm gonna go ahead and take another smack at it again, -5, right? To attack roll.
That last one should have been -5 because escaping actually is the attack trait, but I forgot. So -10 on the third.
Oh,
Yeah, breaking out is attack trait.
well.
It's the power. Such is the power of.
That still would have
grappling.
been a 27.
Yeah, no, you still would have been. All right.
Yeah.
I did forget about that.
Womp womp.
Oh wait, he's a 1, not 0.
That -10's really gonna suck.
Minus 10
You're fishing
is
for
a,
20s.
is
Hell,
that's
a
better.
19. That's a 19.
That's better. So 19. Well, it's minus 10, so it would be plus 8. So that's a 27.
27's not quite going to do it. Not quite going to be
damn.
strong enough to bash and make any meaningful difference to this stone. Buddy,
I tried.
as we come around to you, you as well are overwhelmed by these strange visions, seemingly being imparted to you by either this tree or the magic within it or something. And you see a dragon, wings spread, emerging from what appears to be a tornado, a vortex of crackling energy above Breachill. His breath multicolored, almost like a rainbow, but crashing down, incinerating your farm and your home.
Okay.
Is it a particularly blue dragon?
No.
I may spend a session reroll here, as you know, these I can't be brought down by such. I can totally be brought down.
You can 100%.
That's a natural one.
The doubts that we have put in your mind
Yes.
about the dragon.
And as you see this happen, you are overwhelmed almost completely by this vision here. As you
I can
hear-
basically see all the people in town. I can see their flesh melt away and their
you
skeletons.
can hear Bonnie screaming as this incinerates your home with her inside. You are doomed one.
I have a question.
Oh.
First
Does
time we've
that
seen that.
have
Yeah.
the magic or spell trait? Like, what trait does that have?
It actually is nothing but mental.
Nothing but mental. Bummer.
Wow.
You are also going to take 20 points of mental damage.
Oh, okay.
But then you have your turn.
I'm going to try and escape out of this because this seems really horrible. So I'm going to try and, out of desperation, I'm just going to like kind of flail wildly, trying to get out of a natural one. I am very shaken.
So, with a natural one, a critically
I
failed
cannot-
attempt
yeah,
to
I
escape.
can't.
You cannot attempt to escape again, right?
You
So
could
I am-
re-roll that because it's a different roll.
Well, no, but I mean it makes sense. Buddy is like literally paralyzed
Yeah.
with this like vision, and he's just kind of like his muscles have locked. He's in such a panic here.
2 actions left.
So instead of trying to break out, he's gonna kind of rage almost, and just flailing his hammer. Gonna try and just hit. That's a 17. That's pretty good. That's
Minus
pretty good.
5.
Yeah. So gosh, that would only be a. That would actually be a 30.
30 will do it.
Bonk.
So yeah.
Just panic strength.
Panic strength, yeah. Okay, so that would be 16 damage.
16. You'll be able to crack some of the stone of the branch above you as you just wildly slam into it, but not enough to free yourself.
Yeah. So I take this hit and I feel it connect, but I'm just bracing for like this next kind of moment, trying to brace myself, and I automatically bring the shield in, just trying to protect myself.
All right, Resume. As you're held here in this bed, you as well have these swirling images forced into your mind. You can see your home in Breachill outside. No fire, no dragons in sight. But the tree out front, wilted, rotten, and dead. Need you to make a will save.
That is going to be a 33.
I would say, even though it's not listed, probably has the magical trait as well. It's not on there, but if that makes a difference to you.
It might have, but I'm not gonna retcon or do anything about it right now.
33 will actually succeed.
I think you have strong
And,
will, don't you?
That is, well, terrible is not going to do anything
Yeah.
to you.
So Resume has been through so much lately. There's really not a whole lot you can take away from her more than has already been taken away. So she kind of shakes it off and sort of refocuses in on the indentation she saw in the tree. She's actually going to try to reach out and trigger it and see if there is a way to trigger it.
Okay. Make me a thievery check.
I can do that. That is going to be a session reroll.
Get them all out early.
Oh, that is much better. That is going to be a 28.
What is your thievery proficiency?
I'm trained.
You are trained. So as you kind of reach and work to that, you can't really figure out what exactly it is that it's for, or clearly it's something of note. But near it, a little higher, you start feeling and reaching for something maybe on the branch that is holding you itself. And you actually do manage to find some kind of a trigger sensor of something, half by skill and half by almost sheer luck, it seems. And the branch that is holding you simply curls back up, expanding into its original position, letting you go.
Guys, there's a trigger on the underside of the tree. That was just one action,
This is
right?
one action, yep.
She's going to cast out Ex et Libertad and cast Freedom of Movement on Buddy.
Does that have a somatic component? Does that have a somatic component?
Probably. But she's not grabbed, right?
I'm not grabbed anymore. You said it.
You're not grabbed.
Recoiled.
It's going to attack by opportunity, you though.
Well, I mean,
So,
it happened.
Can I use mobility to not do
no.
that? No, I
It
can't.
is,
That's only the stride.
You free yourself up, and while the branch above you is sitting there standing still, just one further counterclockwise around now reaches down
Now you gotta turn that one
to
off.
try to return you to your bed.
Just picks you up, puts you in the next
It is
bed.
bedtime, Miss Resme.
Why? Nimble dodge.
It's going to be okay. Nimble dodge. That's going to swing at you for a 35,
A 35 will just normal hit.
and it's gonna pull you around into this bed.
Slide whistle.
It's okay.
We have rotated. You are in the next bunk over.
Christ.
The force by which it grabs you, dealing 27 points of bludgeoning damage
Okay.
as it pins you down into the next bed. over.
Do I still get my freedom of movement off or no?
It did not critically succeed, so you do actually still get to cast a spell, yes.
Buddy, you will feel the branches lose their hold on you and sort of melt away, and you are no longer grabbed. You cannot be grabbed.
You are immune.
You are
The
immune
very
to grabbage.
concept of grabbing means nothing to you. Roshin, as we see all of this unfold before you.
We had to just go running into the room, didn't we? We just had to go running into the room.
So it's where 3 of the branches now look frozen.
Oh,
the
lovely.
one with its fingers broken away over the nearest bed, one standing still, and the one on the backside that Marshall has completely snapped off and thrown on the ground as he buries his axe into the trunk.
Progress is happening. That's lovely. It's absolutely
There's only
lovely.
one free branch in the room. One's restraining Buddy, one's restraining Resme, and one is trying to stop Marshall from bashing the hell out of a tree. That's all that's left.
Well, one is no longer restraining Buddy.
All right, one is kind of over
It
Buddy, but
was
not doing
restraining
anything
Buddy.
anymore. It's still there. It still is a cage, and Buddy can just inexplicably escape now.
Just walk.
He just gets up.
I don't understand. That's the one that all the years I've been GMing, I cannot figure out the mental flavor for freedom of movement.
Oh, I
'Cause
do.
it, like,
Essentially, it's like almost like reverse entropy, where like the cells along your body just you can't get purchase on them. You literally
just, like,
there's no
gel
friction.
your way through the.
You're
branch.
immune
Just rub
to
Buddy in
friction.
oil.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just pour oil all over Buddy.
So-
Like, you can't touch me.
So she sees Resme get smashed on the bed, picked up, then pancaked onto another one.
Bam.
just kind of wincing. Krasach.
It looks very painful.
And red light will stream out of Roshin to fill Resme's wounds. So that's going to be, let's see, 10, 20, and 8 times 4 is 32, 52 health back to you.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice.
I'm being smashed.
It hurts so good.
All right. that was-
Supposed to be working on the next one. Third action, the maze is going to flit over, just kind of blink and appear above Resme's new, and just start
Right.
smashing on that one now.
I believe redirecting it is an action.
It is.
2 to cast a spell, 1
Yep.
to redirect the thing.
Yep.
You have a 4th action.
What was my
It automatically
other one?
attacks the thing you redirect it to.
Yeah,
Does it? Oh, I thought you-
by sustaining the spell,
right.
I flit it somewhere and it swings.
Oh, I thought you had to use an additional action to redirect it in
No.
addition to sustaining. Okay,
No,
fair
no,
enough.
it's just
takes
when
a
you
swing.
sustain it, it does
Takes a
stuff.
swing. Okay.
So you got all the big rolls today.
I know, it's pretty good. That's a, 35.
35, let it.
Bonk.
Bonk.
Attempting to smash through Resume's new prison.
Purity, the new one that she's decided because she likes them, I guess. So
They are
It's
really
nature.
interesting.
She's secretly into it. Resume's having a good time.
there you go. 16
This is-
force damage.
16 is
Actually,
going to
just to flip it up, I can actually flip it if I don't want to do force damage. I can do normal weapon damage, so it'll do Morningstar damage instead.
Okay. As this Morningstar kind of solidifies here, crashing into the stone of this branch, it's going to do some damage. Of course, the hardness of the tree is redirecting that a decent amount. And for your tactical acumen, Ghost of Azan in the chat, a hero point to Rasheen for not running into the room.
Looks dangerous. Perhaps we shouldn't go in there.
Everybody gets in there.
This is where all the fun things are happening.
Alrighty. So, the tree probably does not realize Buddy is not grabbed. The tree is very aware that Marshall is not grabbed and is bashing it. So it's going to take this free branch that you've, like, chunked almost halfway off that's next to you, to your right, and slap down, trying to constrict around your arms and stop you from beating the hell out of the tree with your giant weapon. And it's going to swing at you for a 30.
Is it bludgeoning damage by chance?
It is bludgeoning damage.
I got resistance because I'm a giant.
To the damage.
To the damage. 30 to hit you.
Okay, well, yeah, it's still gonna hit me, but
Okay.
I forgot about it last hit, so.
Okay, so 30 just regular hits?
It's
This
regular
is
hits.
bludgeoning. So if you have bludgeoning resistance, you would be taking less from this.
Yes.
And
It
is-
matters.
Oh yeah, level 9 you get your raging resistance, don't you?
Yeah. So this is going to hit you for 25 points of bludgeoning damage minus whatever your resistance is.
It didn't, I don't think it's.
I think it's half your level.
That sounds about right. So it's probably 4. Sounds right to me.
Yeah,
so the 21
resistance-
points of bludgeoning damage.
21? Okay. That's not as bad, but I'm under 100 health now, so.
But as
look
it
it up
grabs you and just kind of drags you around the tree
Are we playing like a roulette right now?
towards the last of the unoccupied
Musical
beds
chairs.
here. And then as the 3 remaining branches all have a victim, they're going to continue to crush down. It's probably the point where it realizes it's not actually grabbing Buford. You're fine. But
wait, it's
Resume
actually
and Marshall,
grabbing
I need fortitude saves. Yeah, it does grab you. Like, it's not like restraining you, but it's grabbing you and trying to, like, sit you in this bed.
Oh, okay.
That you're way too big
So
for.
fortitude, you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
27.
40.
Yeah, that is a thing.
It is just barely grabbing you. Yeah, it's clearly completely incapable. It cannot crush you. That is, you are dramatic.
I just flexed, and then it just, it's like.
But Resume is going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And with that action, it is going to realize that it's not really got a hold of Buddy, as that branch is going to come up and just slam back down, trying to re-grab you for a 33.
That is exactly going to do it, yes.
But he can't be grabbed.
But you can't take bludgeoning damage.
Yes, he can
I
take
can-
bludgeoning
I can
damage.
take damage.
So close.
I was so close.
So
I have my
close.
shield up and everything.
So close. If only this tree didn't have does not have the multiple attack penalty, because every branch is technically swinging independently, then you'd be good. But it is then going to crash into you for 21 points of bludgeoning damage and attempt to grab and keep you restrained to the bed, but it just can't seem to get Burgess on you at all.
And now that I've got my shield in between and I'm kind of sinking in, most of it gets bounced off the shield.
All right, Trushik.
It appears that all of the functioning branches are occupied at the
They
moment.
are occupied, yes.
So I'm going
At
to
least
go on
trying
ahead,
to be occupied.
trying to be, and dash my way over to Resume.
So,
2 move actions.
yeah, as you run through, none of the branches, they're all preoccupied, can take a swing at you.
And I suppose I will attempt to do the same thing to this one that I did with the one that had me pinned down. And just rake my claws across it and break the twigs.
Give me athletics check.
Unarmed attack.
Unarmed attack. Whichever it is that you're doing.
21.
21?
This one's got some thicker
Yeah,
thicker
this one,
twigs.
it's wrapped around her a little more firmly, as she was very in its reach when it grabbed her. And this mace is kind of just smacking into it, floating erratically nearby. He can't get as much of a grip there, and that's not quite going to do it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Marshall placed back another bed here as these visions reignite in your head.
God, not this again.
You see back to Crag Coldbrand.
Did Trushik just run in there?
I look at rolls for 10 seconds. Trushik runs into the room. You see Crag Coldbrand's shop, and you can see in through the open doorway more of what appear to be the Scarlet Triad's enforcers have come through, looking for you specifically, as Crag is cast to the ground, a sword run through his chest, left for dead at your fault as they're hunting you. And a will save.
If anything, that would trigger my rage even more.
I only get more mad!
Yeah.
Will save, right?
Yep.
30.
30 just barely doesn't get in there.
Oh,
Are you serious?
really?
Wow.
30 doesn't quite make it. We're in big boy number town now.
We
We're
are.
9th
We are.
level characters. We're big and strong.
Which means our adversaries get big and strong.
Jesus.
You are going to take 21 points of mental damage. But it is your turn.
Man, I'm getting a little low actually. All right. Well, first am I grabbed again? If I
are
remember.
grabbed again.
Oh God.
If it hits you, it grabs you.
Of course. All right. Well, I'm gonna obviously flex and get out of that.
Branches just blow downward in every direction.
No, maybe not with a roll like that. You won't.
My last.
It's
hero,
probably
right?
wise.
Yeah.
That was down to 0.
Hey, there we go.
Right at
Yeah.
the
I just
bottom.
flex. I'm pretty sure that because 19 plus 16.
Oh, that's 30, 35?
35.
That critically succeeds. Yeah, you absolutely flex and just send tiny fragments scattering across the
Like
room.
he just flexes his back so he's good. And then let's see. Well, what I'm gonna do next, since I'm getting a little low on health, I'm gonna do my temporary HP thing.
Grit your teeth.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but-
already flexed, so.
Flex harder!
I need all my veins exposing at the moment, so I give
So-
myself the temporary 8 HP.
Right, 1 action left.
Yep, and I'm gonna use my last action for. And it's a -5 because
-5, right. Because he's escaping as he... Yeah, grapple monsters are not nearly the horror show that they were in first edition, but escape having the attack trait
Yeah.
still makes them pretty meaty.
I have an ability that's like Titan Wrestler, but it only works when I'm grappling things now.
Yeah, it lets you grapple things that are very large.
I was like, well, I could wrestle it, but I don't see the point.
Grapple the tree.
Tree hugger.
-5, so that's I can math, I swear. 24.
Yeah, 24. Your axe is just going to not really bite into the stone here, just kind of skidding across as it slides free and ends up with your haft slamming into the trunk of this. Buddy, you are no longer actually grabbed, so you are not having any visions.
Ah, perfect. And I can actually, as this spell of resumes washes over, it actually, like, forcefully, like, moves my muscles almost out of the way by itself, and it kind of chugs my brain back into action again. And I'm going to, as I get off, I'm going get off of the bed. I'm going to just swing the hammer back as I'm leaving.
Okay,
And
you've already landed one pretty solid hit on it.
my gosh.
Just that wordless, depressed hero point pass is one of my...
God!
A 2 into a 1.
2 into a 1. You know.
The good news is when you critically fail an attack roll, it's not like escaping where you can't do it anymore.
So
In
You
fact,
can
nothing
critically
happens.
fail again.
Yeah, you're free to continue critically failing as
that's
you
true.
choose.
That's true. That's true.
You're really rattled by this vision.
I am
clearly.
super
I mean,
rattled. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. So he's still pretty shaky. So Buddy's pretty shaky. He swings around, and it's almost like he can barely grip his hammer. So he's going to. I'm going to. I feel like I'm gonna kind of shield up again, and kind of start backing out of the room.
All right, and as you start moving free from this branch, it is going to lash out down towards you once more for a 35.
And I'll just bear the brunt of it as it almost helps me move out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try and.
Tries to grab at you, but completely
Aw.
helpless in the face of Resume's magic here. You are going to take 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And
And I'm gonna brace into it.
right. And then a hero point is going to come forward from the chat from Shazper to Marshall. Hero point to Marshall. No one can be empty.
Appreciate it, buddy. Really do.
And then you want to go how far back? Like to the doorway in front of Roshin?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's worth noting that Roshin in the doorway and then Buddy, even as you back away, you can see it almost like your brain can't rationalize the sensory impulses it's getting. You can see Marshall, 12 feet tall, gigantic, just with full force, beating the hell out of the trunk of this stone tree with his axe in what should be a deafening clamor. But it sounds like somebody is splitting wood on the other side of a football field. Like, you can barely even hear the battle that's happening 20 feet in front of you. Sound is so dampened. And Buddy, as you move away, even just moving 10, 15 feet, it sounds like the battle is receding hundreds of yards behind you. Resume. Ooh, and also a bonus before we get to that. Another one from the chat's on your side today, everybody. They feel bad that you get destroyed by the Whomping Willow. The real Bengal Tiger for Buddy is he can't have the fewest hero points.
Thank you very much.
That's not how things work. All right. So, Resume, as you are held in this branch once again, you're going to see this tree wilting as seasons and years pass by, falling into nothing, into just rotted wood collapsing on the ground. Your house abandoned, disintegrating along with it, as behind it the walls of Breachill and the buildings within, even with just the passage of a few years, appear to be utterly abandoned, forsaken, collapsing and running down. And I need a will save.
That's nice.
No, wait,
That's
you made it last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're actually immune now. If you succeed, you don't get it anymore.
Oh, cool.
So you see that, but you have...
Yeah, already happened.
You're aware this is, this is magic. This isn't real. It can't really affect you.
So at this point, she sees its petrified state, and she's just gonna try to crack it from the inside out, and she's gonna put her hand on the bowl in the same place she did before, but this time she's going to channel Cone of Cold through it. Ventus in Friga! And she will channel a bolt of cold through this thing that she thinks is gonna crack it open like an ice pick.
Alrighty. And you need to make me a flat check for that.
Okay.
As you are grappled. It's just DC 5. It's just like targeting a concealed creature, basically, to make see if you can get the somatic
15.
components out. You're good. And then this blast of ice washes up across the tree. And
I'll just roll this and double it.
oh yeah, that's fair. We're getting the numbers of dice and all these spells that I'm doing that too for its mental damage. Honestly, I'm rolling half and doubling it. Not rolling all these d8s.
It's gonna be 44 points of cold damage.
It gets a 26 on its reflex save.
That's going to fail.
Okay, so yeah, then how much was that?
44 points of cold damage.
44 points of cold damage is absolutely going to blast this frost and turn this branch above you completely brittle as Roshin's mace strikes it, just shattering it off where it connects. And that branch will fall into a million shattered icy fragments on the floor. Just one. It's holding on to Marshall.
And I'm actually just going to hold there and not move because I don't want to attract its attention.
You know it's very upsetting. Roshin.
Oh, you're coming back, are you? You thought twice about running into the big tree.
And you'll see Buddy, he's like backing into it a bit, but he's like shaking. You can kind of see he's
on his
pretty
hand.
yeah, he's pretty on the spooked.
Oh, careful there. I know it tossed you about like a ragdoll. Krasach. She'll channel some divine power into you. 14, and 24, 36 health back.
And it'll actually not just like kind of patch him up. It'll also color will kind of come back a little bit.
Well done. Come back into the hallway where it's safe. In the meantime, let's see. Looks like Marshall needs help. The mace will flit over to Marshall's area and smash down on that branch now.
That one's already pretty well hurt from the massive axe beating he's given it previously.
It's just the one where Buddy was that's left at this point, right?
But it is actually just that one. It is the right. Marshall's actually not grabbed. He already came out. It's the one that was over Buddy that's free.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll hit
Yeah,
that
that
one then. Discourage it. Well, I'll swing
Which
at
is
that
already
one.
also brittle because Buddy's back it pretty good. So
It's a 19.
yeah, 19 at mace is just gonna clap harmlessly against the outside of the thing. And then this tree has got one branch free here, and it has got 4 targets in the room. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
Seems fair.
3.
Guys. Of course.
Are you ready to sit on
To be
3
fair,
of the 6 beds?
you are the closest one to the branch, so it does make sense as it just kind of, you get passed down around the line as the next branch in tow reaches to grab at you, failing to grip Buddy for a lot. I'm pretty sure that's a critical hit.
Oh,
It'd be 42.
That's okay.
Ow.
Yeah, that's a big one. Is
So it is a magical effect, right?
a melee attack?
No, the
Oh,
melee attack.
no.
Yeah, it's
No,
not
never
the mental
mind.
visions.
Bummer.
This
It's gonna try and grab me again. Okay.
Well, it's
actually,
gonna
It is
successfully
exactly going to grab you.
you're getting passed around Buddy's seat
it's
now.
gonna pile drive you.
Yeah,
into
as
the
you get
next
pulled
bed.
into the one bed remaining, it's smashing you supernaturally hard here for 42 points of bludgeoning damage minus your
Minus-
resistance, which I
minus
believe
7.
Yeah, 7. Chats is con
Yeah,
plus
yeah, we looked it up. So I
minus
take
7.
35.
35 bludgeoning
Oof.
damage, and then I'm going to need a fortitude save from you.
All right, give me 1 sec here. I
Is it,
gotta,
yes.
I gotta do math in my head
Yeah,
real
that's fair.
quick here.
Desperately
so
trying to
I'm
hold
just
the
like,
last
oh
of the
man.
targets.
You do a lot of math when you're a barbarian, because like, oh
Yeah.
crap, I
Like,
have temporary
10
hit
HP,
points,
yeah,
and I have the
35.
resistances, and then I have this.
What I do, I don't know if this will help.
Yeah,
you,
yeah, I got it. It's
but I just treat temporary health like resistance.
Yeah,
So instead
I added
of,
it
I
on
wouldn't
there.
even add it. I just have 35, and instead of 35, you take 27. That's what I did with temporary health in first edition.
That's not a bad idea. That's not
But whatever makes it easiest for you.
yes.
So
I'm at
yeah,
46 HP.
yeah, conscious. And for, I mean, for Marshall, that's.
Oh, you said
looking-
fortitude, right?
Yeah, looking
Okay.
surprisingly beat
Yeah.
up has been passed.
35.
Yeah, Marshall doesn't care.
Gets pile drive, just like.
Oh, that's all you. I literally look at it going, oh, you want to tickle me now?
Hold on, dragging you back towards the bed, and like it can barely even move you. Interesting.
Because I'm big.
I'm going to walk over to where Marshall is being held down. It is not time for nap. Get up. And I'm
He's
going
not even
to.
down. They can't even pull him down. He's still up.
Why don't you cut me loose
You're
then?
on the bed, and I'll go on ahead and try to
down.
just break this last branch
All right.
and get him loose.
I'm so thankful I have
22.
22.
Yeah, 22 as you reach out. I mean, there's just too much Marshall in the way.
Well, I'm going to try one more time.
I mean, I could get out, but
I can get out of it. It's fine.
So 19. So there's a lot of Marshall.
It's fine.
It's like you can't even reach up to where this branch is grabbing up on Marshall's shoulder without climbing up on him
mean-
and getting into the bed yourself. So, Marshall,
mental
still
mannequin, right?
seeing this this scene before you, yeah, make me a
Will save.
save here. Is Greg just bleeding
All right.
down the floor as the Scarlet Triad tosses his shop?
I'm cashing that in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We're not using this one. We're going to use the other one.
Not today.
Not today.
today.
Evil thoughts.
I'm probably sure that's not going to pass, but it's a 26.
26 is not going to pass, but it's
Yeah.
not going to critically fail. And at the end of the day, that's what really matters, right?
Yeah. So I'm
Not-
going to take more mental
You're going
damage.
to take more mental damage. You are going to take 16 points of mental damage.
I'm down to 30.
We're doing it.
Oh, man.
But then it is your turn.
Well, this is going to be fun. Not really.
It's become pretty good with you just breaking out of these so far.
I mean, I flex. Yeah, I flex. 39.
39 yeah, easily with absolutely no contention there as this one tries to grab you in and you just manage to blast it off of you once more.
And then I do what I did last time. Give myself the temp HP, and I'm just gonna try and give it one more good smack. Maybe
Well,
this will do it.
It doesn't seem to be moving too much anymore after you force your way out from this last branch. As that was the last one that was really still
Oh yeah, that's right. It
fighting.
was down to 1.
And-
So, okay. So it's not even really moving.
It's not moving at all. It's not even not really moving. It is.
But then again, Marshall doesn't really follow logic, so
Give it one more
Roshin has noticed.
solid whack,
he wants his vengeful love tap.
and as you bury.
Nat
Natural
20.
20.
Even with the -5, I'm
When it
pretty
stops
sure.
moving.
Yeah, it's not moving anymore. So as you bury your axe into the trunk of this thing
Sure.
before
Just
slowly
dramatic slice.
receding back down to his original dwarven size, the room falls almost completely silent again.
Now, I can't help but notice that this might not have been the best way to go about this particular room.
I don't know. This tree's really interesting.
I wouldn't call it interesting at all. I really didn't like that tree. Actually, I feel terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
I do not think we should approach anything at all.
Okay, we should just turn around and go home.
I'm just like panting, like
That's it.
I'm
Right,
a-
Dreamgate, just write it off. We're just never coming back.
Icarus sending out another hero point for Marshall. No dying allowed.
appreciate it. Mark.
You get one.
I appreciate it.
Look. First of all, I think you should come and tell me how pretty I am. That's number one. You specifically.
Oh, lass, I could kiss you if I could. You're that gorgeous.
Well, that's lovely.
I'm just like bloodied all over the place, like. Ugh.
And I'll kind of focus into like try and recenter even just a little bit. I'm feeling really horrible.
Right.
For more reason than one. I'm still
Take
doomed.
27 points.
So I'm like feeling
27?
like
Alright. Thank
a
you.
question of faith here
Yeah,
is
you
how
feel
bad
like
I
this
feel.
vision, this nightmare that you had, still clinging onto the back of your mind to the point where you don't even feel like you're fully attached to reality around you anymore.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of focus in and try and follow like a base like faith that I have and just go through and kind of send a prayer to Iomade and kind of refocus myself and do lay on hands on myself, trying to just refocus.
I'm just going to pull a few potions out and give them a chug.
Don't suppose you happen to have any of those batches you've been cooking up, do you?
I do.
Poor Marshall's looking quite the worse for wear.
You
He
could.
was severely beaten.
But I lived, and I put the finishing blow. In
I
that
was
thing.
just going to offer him some. How many do you need?
He probably needs all of them.
Oh, okay. I have 2 moderate and 6 minor.
That's it?
Whoa. Let me see. No, I have way more than
Is that
that. What am
all?
I talking about?
Open your mouth,
Actually-
gift horse.
Actually, no, I have 12.
Gotta say.
I have 12 minor
You get
elixirs
2
of
per.
life.
You get 2 per.
I'm just looking at them like, lettuce. I just need a nap.
So just roll 12d6 plus 12.
Okay.
You get that much.
You
help.
get that much health.
As she
Glug,
tends
glug,
to
glug,
you
glug,
with the.
I'm just like chugging bottles
Yes.
of goop.
Good thing you're good
No,
at drinking.
actually,
Actually,
what
it's
you're
essential
doing,
oils. Yeah,
they're
there's nothing
essential
on you.
oils. I'm essentially spreading them on you. You
His
smell
beard,
really nice.
his beard is so well oiled. It's like gleaming.
To be fair, I'm a dwarven barbarian, so I don't know what soap is.
No, they're not soap. They smell whatever smells good to you. So
They're
they
just a
probably smell
flat
like
D6.
brandy.
So just cover me in brandy.
They're just
There
a
you
flat
go.
d6?
Yes.
Really? I have them written down as d6 plus 1.
No,
What
the
is it?
+1 is the save bonus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just d6s.
You wrote them down as 1d6 plus 1
I gotta do that
HP.
here.
Minor health's a d6.
Yeah, it's a D6.
Okay.
I'm looking at the thing.
That's fine, then just don't add 12.
Yeah.
I-
Just all those.
I'm just gonna cross that out.
I
You
rolled a lot of one, so that's
Does you rub 12 doses of Resme's new essential oils
Oh my god.
all over Marshall's wounds and his exposed skin? Admittedly, they are working. Yeah, you want to do some more math?
I mean, I drank 3 of them, and that's what I got. So
I'm also gonna throw up backup false life on myself.
just throw up.
30,
And that will
35. I get 35 hit points back.
Well, that's better.
I mean, that's better, yes.
I'll use all my level 1 spell slots to cast heal on you 3 times.
Boop boop boop.
Let's see. So that's going to be 15, 18,
So Buford is over, trying to recenter, sort of shaken in the doorway.
32
Okay,
more.
so
That is
I'm back up at
35 and
78,
32,
which is
that's
pretty
67.
good.
67 more.
Everyone's tending to
I'm a
Marshall
lot
with
better.
their
Yeah.
various resources.
Still look awful.
I'm looking a lot better, but
I'm back up at 78, so I'm actually doing okay.
So,
Perhaps next time, Marshall, you do not want to let branches play with you like little toy. No matter how big you might be.
Perhaps next time we should just not go into the room when there's a giant tree
It looked
that
at me funny.
can't move.
To be fair, I was smacking him around first, and then I decided to smack it back.
Yes, but I got away.
I did too.
Will you do me a favor now that it's not destroying us and come look at it with me? There's something under here, a trigger that I wanted you to take a look at.
You might as well.
Just in case there's something hidden under there.
So the two of you move around to look into this indentation here that Resme had found. It's largely unmarked. This just disc-shaped slot in the stone on the southern face of this. There's no obvious indication of what it is or what it is for. And as you had felt around it while you were pinned down, kind of in a panic there, you hadn't found anything immediately useful. But go ahead and roll me a perception check, both of you two.
19.
Would you roll a 2?
3.
I actually rolled a 19, so it's a 19 plus 14. That's a lot. It's like
33.
34. 33. Yeah, there you go.
So, Trishik, looking at this, it just doesn't look like absolutely anything to you. But Resme,
I am very over the tree.
yeah, you don't want to get close to it. You're looking at it from 10 feet back.
He's retreated.
Peering. Resme, as you look at this,
It eats you.
you can see that there are very fine, very subtle bits of scratches on the inside of this indentation around all of the edges of it. As if something was slid in and out of it, maybe hundreds, if not thousands of times. It's impossible to tell what it was or like how long ago this would have happened. But clearly something was slotted here.
There's something that's supposed to fit in here. Like this. Here, let me show you. Now that she points them out to him, can he maybe get a better
point
sense?
out the thing you can do, and then you can anything you detect, you can point out in the rest of your party.
I'm gonna put your hand in there and let you feel it. There's something
Put your hand in
here.
the tree hole.
I don't usually do this with lizards, but I'm gonna make an exception.
So I suppose I should roll a thievery on this.
Yeah, you can roll me a thievery. I'm filling it over.
All right. Perhaps his mechanism hidden inside. 23.
You turn the tree back on. No.
I would be impressed if branches just grew back.
Yeah, all the ones that Marshall broke off are back in place.
It's the reset button.
You, feeling around in it, you don't feel any kind of a trigger or connection or anything. So as Resume shows you, whatever had been slotted in here, if it had a purpose that functioned with the tree, it wasn't activated mechanically. There's absolutely nothing in here that you can find that it would actually be able to move or interact with. It all just appears to be the same flat stone that the whole tree is carved of.
I do not believe whatever this might be is something I can do by hand. Perhaps his large key. Something goes here.
Maybe it's something we have to find as we go through here.
I do not want to mess with this anymore. It is done plenty enough. We can just leave alone. It's
Stop
broken.
touching the tree.
But I guess we can continue on now, but
There is
telling you,
saying
there's
that
something about
Taltons
it.
use. If not broken, not fix.
if something's not broke, don't fix it.
Is broke, don't fix.
It's quite broken. We smashed it to pieces. Marshall mostly.
Yes.
You can tell because he's missing most of the pieces himself.
Well, I suppose we can continue on now, but
Well, if we stay here for just a little bit more, I'm actually feeling a lot better. I could probably help Marshall out if we stay here for another 20 minutes.
Would not be a bad idea to have short rest.
yeah, let's take a little break.
So,
We approximately walked 10 feet, fought a tree, and now we're sitting down for lunch.
well, today's gonna be one of those days, isn't it?
Just start digging in my bag, pulling out beef jerky.
Yeah, so as you sit down, Marshall's chomping down on this to, I guess, take focus away from his wounds, or just because he wants to, because he's Marshall. I assume, Buford, you're still deep in meditation, kind of prayer here.
Well, yeah,
focusing.
but I am feeling better. I am feeling a lot better.
I just pull out one of my
I
spare
can
horns.
help. Now, I don't want to be relying on that, but,
I got jerky too.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to some jerky.
What's everyone else doing as you rest here?
Well,
staying in the tree room here around the shattered bits of stone
Well,
and everything?
Roisin, while she is stayed in the hallway, is actually in perfect condition. So I don't have to patch myself up or anything. But she's going to kind of look at the tree and try to think about, and not that close. And try,
Smart.
Don't you move me that tree!
I can look at it just fine from right here. She's going to look at it and try to think if there's anything that she can think of that hags would have to do with this tree. Or maybe on a broader sense, if there's anything that would have to do with this tree related to hags or even maybe the demonic influence that seems to plague this place.
Make me a religion check. If you're at least trained, which I assume.
I
you are,
am
unless you're
actually.
Bruno Bunny.
I am an expert.
Oh, fair enough.
That is a 29.
The 29, this, although it at first seems to be very out of the ordinary for this situation, the 6 carved root beds around the base of the tree look to very much be that, beds. And all the iconography around the walls and the frame of the portal of Dreamgate originally, and hell, its very name, Dreamgate, it's all very Desnan. One of her domains that she is, one of her primary domains is that of dreams. And there seems to be certainly an obvious connection of some kind there. But how it would relate to hags beyond the fact that nightmares are the realm of night hags, so it's about as nearly polar opposite as they can get. You're unclear, really.
But if a night hag were to corrupt a shrine to Desna, dream stuff changed to nightmares, it'd be something that they'd rather get a bit of a thrill out of.
Does seem like something to get a hag's jollies off, yeah.
Something to consider, I suppose.
While Buddy's recovering, Resme's gonna slide into each of the beds and see if
How can I possibly make this worse for myself?
Do you want to eat me, please?
and see if there are other keys or indentations that are different on different parts of the tree that might give her a better sense of what the purpose of this thing is.
Still, the only major thing that you can find is that primary indentation on the southern side. Well, each of the branches, from just like a pure mechanics and physics standpoint, I mean, it has a place where it's rooted and attached to the tree where it has to be the basis of most of its force, which is how you managed to get your way out originally. There's nothing that you can see there as far as other similar indentations or even markings pertaining to what this could possibly have once been used for.
When I use detect magic, is there any specific flavor of magic that jumps out to me?
You would get an overwhelmingly powerful pink aura of enchantment. To the fact that as your spell completed, the strength of the aura itself and its backwash would almost stagger you with how strong the magic on this tree is.
Oh my god. This thing is powerful beyond what I could have reckoned. It's practically a magical conduit. It's like I have a headache now, like just looking at it.
Well, maybe we can figure it out. Denamach, and she'll cast Read Aura to try to get some more information from it.
Okay. So you read aura would
And I guess
certainly...
I could try to identify it too
Yeah.
while we're sitting here.
Yeah, you can try to identify it. Give me whatever check you're going to do for that.
Religion, I think.
Religion? All right.
Desnan Shrine and all that. That's 26.
26, although the read aura does certainly corroborate what Resme told you. It's a very powerful enchantment aura of some kind. You aren't able to really parse anything about what it could possibly be for. It's both so strong and so seemingly complex that its root origin or purpose could possibly take months of study.
I'm a master in Arcana now.
Okay.
Can I get an identify check using Arcana?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're faster than me.
Yeah, I was like, you're doing that for 10 minutes while Buddy's... You're treating Marshall is what you're doing. While Buddy's trying to bandage him up more traditionally You guys are identifying this tree here.
What are you talking about bandages? I'm just eating jerky.
Thank you, Deadly Doll, for your maximum contribution to my day.
Well, don't call it maximum until you re-roll it.
It's totally gonna be maximum. It's Deadly Doll.
Yeah,
That's
just
fair.
a natural 20. Just lay it
Yeah,
down.
this is like the soul of Esvis.
Sure, I forgot.
17. We will take
That's
that.
not
That's
bad.
legit.
A 2 into a 17 is very nice. That's going to be a 34.
34. You can unravel some of what this tree was meant for. The magic inside the tree, and specifically the enchantment over the 6 beds around the base of the tree itself, is all intertwined and connected at a nexus of sorts in that southern indentation. What it lacks any kind of physical triggers or anything usable, it certainly does not in magical ones. The tree and the bed's purpose, as far as you can tell, is to take energy, magic of some kind from that depression, from that socket, and spread it across the 6 beds.
So it's like a big battery.
A battery, or possibly like a DVD.
Huh.
You know, it could let people share dreams to some sort of effect.
Would make sense based on location.
Yes, it would make a lot of sense. That's fascinating.
So
Doesn't explain why they're so aggressive about it, though.
It does very much seem to both of you, as you look this over, that it is certainly corrupted. It has absolutely been overwhelmed with tinges of what is ostensibly hag magic that have perverted the purpose of this tree. That all seems to have stemmed from something that was put into that socket.
So while we're sitting around for 10 or 20 minutes, I'm going to be scouting back and forth between
Loopy.
this entrance and back towards the other hallway. Not actually going down it, but just kind of walking back and forth, making sure we don't get ambushed by anything.
Fair enough. Yeah, not heading into the hallway at all, just watching
Yeah,
over
just
it.
literally coming back into here, looking down the hallway, and coming back.
Buford, while they're analyzing tree magic science, why don't you give me your medicine check if you're the one that's treating Marshall here?
I was just laying on hands.
Oh, you were just going to lay on hands.
And
There's
then
no
just redo
medicine
that.
checking anymore? We don't have
I don't
medicine
think
check?
we have one.
I can.
Ooh.
I can do it. Can I
Okay.
do? Well, I guess I could do both of them.
Yeah, you can, because you
can refocus to lay on hands
you're
while healing.
Treating to somebody.
Okay, cool. Then I will do that. So you get. How long were we? Like 20 minutes?
It's been at least like 10 minutes. You'd definitely be able to make a medicine check and get a focus point back, and then be well into getting your next one back as well.
Okay. So first one.
You just trained.
Yeah. I'm
I
just
mean,
trained.
you can also supplicate
I mean, on
to
the
me
die
again.
you passed.
That's
Yeah.
true. You can still do that and get more health back.
I mean,
Actually,
whatever.
that's a
I'll take
crit.
my options. What was,
What'd you get?
well,
That is a 32.
Yeah, solidly a crit. So 48 health is what you're going to return back to him.
Okay.
not gonna lie, chat. Digging the new nickname.
16. 19.
19.
19 plus 24.
Dang, lay on hands gets
Wow.
beefy.
Yeah,
Beefy.
nice.
19 plus 20.
And that's every 10
43, I
minutes.
believe.
43, yeah. Because math.
Yeah, lay on hands
Lay on
is
hands, it gets real chunky.
it's just straight the modifier for heal spells.
Gotcha.
You just get that bop.
I'm almost at full health, so
Nice.
I'm
So
cool with that.
All
Yeah,
right.
with that time and enough time to focus in here, probably waiting for 20 minutes or so, resting, recentering, and treating Marshall both with your prayer and with your, well, what bandages
mean,
you have.
I took a lot of hits. Like
You were slapped pretty gratuitously by
Yep.
the angriest tree in existence.
it's okay. It just made me more angry, and I showed it what trees are meant to do.
Trishik scouting back and forth between these doorways hasn't seen any sign of anything coming into either of these halls.
Better safe than sorry.
I'm feeling a little better looking at this thing's magical aura. Like, I'm feeling a little less inadequate by
I
how
am not
hard
feeling-
it went down on us.
I am not feeling happy with you messing with the magics of the willow.
I'm not messing with the magics. I'm looking at the
The two of you are casting magics at the tree. That is why I chose to walk out of room.
It's fine. The tree's like quiescent now. It's good.
If the tree explodes, I blame you.
That's fine. I will take responsibility for the tree exploding.
there does not appear to be anything behind us aside from hallway. Perhaps we continue?
It's probably a good idea. I'm getting rather tired of this room.
It does appear to be among the worst rooms that have ever existed. So, you to continue onward out the eastern side here.
I'll take the lead again.
Trishik still sneaking in the front with, I imagine, Buddy and Marshall behind. And, I mean, again, it's going to be a pretty narrow hallway, so
Yeah.
you have to line up as you can.
I have dark vision if it matters, but I don't think
That's not a dark
We got a lot of
enough
like
in here.
floaty lights in
Yeah,
here.
every room is
It could matter.
ornamented
at
with a
some
lot
point.
of those multicolored, strange, fluttering lights. So there's enough light to be able for anyone to be able to see relatively easily.
You know,
I'm also pretty sure that you are 9 now, and Lay on Hands is 30
Oh, okay.
because it's 5th level.
Okay.
you know,
So you'd
quite,
actually have even
I don't
6
know
more
how
health
the
than that.
level.
6 more?
It's 6 per level.
Nice.
you know quite
6
a bit
per
about the
level.
magics of the Fae. Where'd
Well,
you
that's
pick that
not
up?
because I don't know the spell
Yeah, you
level
don't
thing.
have
Like,
spell
I
level.
have
full
no
health.
idea what that is.
Then I'm at full health then.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I was exactly 6 away, so.
So as you, I assume, let Trishik
Runs in the family, I'm afraid.
poke in first to come take a look at the next room and see what exactly is going on in here.
Your knowledge of the Fae runs in your family?
Indeed, it does.
While I hear these two blabbering off in the distance,
You probably
extremely
can't,
muffled.
honestly, like, yeah, conversational, 15 feet behind you, you probably can't even hear it at all at that point. You creep around into another relatively large chamber, a bit bigger than the one you'd entered initially in Dreamgate, not nearly as big as the one you just left. One wall of the room, the one far on the eastern side across from you, has an ornate archway of stones carved with comets and stars and waves all around it. The space underneath the archway is a featureless, blank stone face. The only completely flat and unornamented surface in all of Dreamgate that you've seen so far. Save for decorations that appear to be a little more recent. Runes scribbled in dried blood, and the ground below the archway itself is scorched black with flame, like how Hunter's Gate had been when you'd first found it. 4 ornate chairs on the southern end of the room surround a silver cauldron, pulled up against the southern room, a little off to the side. They don't quite seem to match the theme and the ornamentation of the rest of the chamber here. It looks like they were added afterwards. And a wooden table with some books atop it stands on the other side, the northern end. In the middle of the room, I'm up burying the lead. In the middle of the room, 3 massive
Oh,
figures.
jeez.
Would I not have noticed them back
You
here?
notice as you come and look in, they're around to the south a bit, appear to be standing together, conversing. Do you speak Infernal?
No.
Then, in a strange, demonic-sounding language that you can barely make out from this distance, sounding like whispers, though they seem to be all pretty intent on the conversation they're having. 2 of the creatures look like massive, overgrown, purple-skinned women with thin, dank hair hanging down long from their scalps, each standing 12, 14 feet high, though their hunched posture hides how tall they might truly be. Clad in very simple, almost tribalistic cloths and leathers. But both of them appear to be conversing with a third creature, what almost appears to be the animate, massive skeleton of a bat or something, glowing red pinpoints of light in the sockets of its skull, and 2 huge black leathery wings folded behind it as it sits on all 4s on the floor, speaking back with these 2 creatures. And I need you to roll me a stealth check. You got some DCs to beat here, Chief.
That's a 27. But I think I would feel a little more comfortable rolling above a 10.
But, I mean, you got a solid 50-50 chance to roll above a 10.
Yeah,
That's exactly how D20s work.
that's much better. 33.
As you kind of almost cling to the walls, and there may be no shadows to hide in here out of the way, they seem to be very focused on whatever it is they're discussing, and just barely in sight in the doorway, they don't appear to notice you immediately. But I imagine you would hear, or at least see, Buddy and the rest of the group starting to come up behind you as you retreat.
Just rewinding my steps, going right back to where I was.
27 would have failed, by the way.
Well, there we go.
We know.
Good hero point.
Good hero point.
Perhaps we go this way. Big things. Possibly more night hags? No.
Well, if they're standing in the way and that's the way we have to go to get to the
There
gate,
is other hallway.
you want to go down the other hallway.
What if there's another beady tree?
What if there's another tree?
I would rather another tree than these things.
You could be able to see the tree from the doorway, to be fair. The tree was not exactly hidden.
I mean,
Wait, so you could see? Could you see the other side of the gate out of here?
Perhaps it looked similar, but
So wouldn't we have to go through here anyways, even if we went through the other hallway?
not necessarily.
Are
We
you
do-
suggesting that we just turn around and go back to Breachill?
I am suggesting we use other hallway.
But that would just go to the same room, wouldn't it?
yeah, I'm pretty
it's the
sure
way
it
out.
does.
If this is way out. I do not know.
I could go invisible
Well, I
and
give
take a
you
closer look.
with your successful stealth check, I would give you that as you peer into the room, you would have seen that there was a southern doorway further down the western wall that seemed to lead in as well, and those seem to be the only two entrances to the chamber, with what almost certainly is the exit archway on the far side.
Okay.
I do have to wonder about hags. They're rather large and the hallways here are very tiny. They'd have to squeeze through. It'd be very uncomfortable.
Well, hags are usually pretty small, actually. Hags are just people-sized.
Oh, okay.
It
The
is-
night hag up on the wall is just as big as
That's
me.
true. They're just
Yeah,
people.
it's-
Yeah, never mind. that.
Is-
So his story of gigantic hags, possibly, would be...
Oh, weird.
A little
Give me,
off.
give me a hag lore.
Let's do a Haglor. Woo! Haglor's on fire. That's
and a bad thing.
a 25 Haglor.
With a 25, the only thing that you could think of, as most hags are very humanoid, very standard sized, like a normal person, you are aware of Jotun hags, which are hag giants. And Jotun hags are Anis hags, as they're called by what?
Jotun hats. It's like they're Thor hats.
Yeah, that's exactly.
what Jotun is, yes.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
that's why it made me giggle. I don't know why. Really, like that.
You would know that while
What was that noise?
you would know that these Jotun hags, these Anis hags, these massive giant hags, they are not nearly as magically capable as night hags or even green hags or sea hags, but what they lack in magical capacity, they make up for in sheer physical power.
Did these things look kind of big and strong to me?
They looked pretty frail and thin, like they were 12, 14 feet tall, but they looked like, well, scrawny crones.
It could perhaps be that, but they do not look very martial.
No,
They don't look very martial.
definitely Marshall. It's different with the hags. It's a common trait. They have very almost waifish figures, but the power they can have behind them, it's don't let it surprise you.
You would, I will give you this one as well, almost certainly know, as you know, given what you are in your hag lore, that
Roshin has the same build.
all hag, A, well, you look like that. B, all hags have almost complete control of their appearance. They can look like a normal human woman at will.
Maybe it's
That's
Maybelline.
a common factor of all hags.
Perhaps they are not immune to poisons.
In case anyone was wondering why changelings exist, like who the hell is banging green hags? They don't look like that when they're trying to do hag things.
Do you know if
Thanks for that.
they can
You're
be
welcome.
poisoned?
Would I know if they're immune to poison?
That's what you got.
Okay. Well, it's worth a shot. I shouldn't think it'd be anything in particular.
Well, if they're not very good at magic, I'm pretty happy. It'd be a lot easier.
I'm
to
gonna
deal
mark
with
the
them.
bat for death.
Okay. That skeleton.
Yeah, that thing.
I'm
Do I know what the skeleton is?
Not that saying it.
And I
No, it's
can't hear them from in here, right?
No, not at all.
I could barely hear them.
You could
from
barely
there.
hear him from the doorway. Yeah, just barely. You can't hear him at all from this room.
Let me see if I can get a little closer.
Well, but first off, if we're going to be rushing in here and we're going to be
I was gonna go invisible first.
hags have ways, I'm sure, of being able to sense it. I'd be very cautious if I were you.
If they're the Jotun Hags, perhaps they not so magically
This is
inclined.
possible, yes. I've never actually met one. I've only heard tales.
Neither have I. Should be a learning experience.
Perhaps that's how we should look at it.
No. It was joke.
Oh. I like learning experiences.
The only thing we will learn from a hag is violence.
I can set them on fire.
I know everything about violence.
So,
Are we determined to go and do this then?
Well, the gate's over there.
If the gate is there, we do not have much of choice unless they are willing to talk.
And I also think they may have poisoned this gate. So I think if we're going to heal this place and make it work the way we want it to work, we're probably going to have to take them down.
Krogach. Heroism on myself.
I'm gonna go on ahead and poison an arrow.
I stand there looking stupid.
I'm gonna save the rest of those. I might need more heals.
I just see the grin on my face just escalate. Like,
I get to hit things that have flesh.
I'm going to throw back a moderate Drakeheart mutagen
Okay.
and cast haste on Roshin.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna, after, like, once we start to go in, I'm gonna pop the stealth on my armor. The invisibility.
Okay. So you go in with a haste spell. These preparations, you turn invisible, you cast haste, you cast heroism. You
I look
chug a-
handsome.
Chug a munition. Buford is absolutely stunning. Before the group of you ready to move out into the chamber. I assume Buford probably leading now.
I'm going to chug a Juggernaut mutagen too. I'm just feeling it.
They cancel each other out.
They do.
Yeah, you can have one at a time.
Oh, I can
Well,
have
Well,
one at a time?
actually,
Single mutagen.
the second one would attempt to counteract the first one using their
Oh, good to
DCs.
know.
Yep, you get one mutagen.
I'm going to throw back a Juggernaut mutagen then.
And as you make your way into the room here with this gigantic bat skeleton thing,
It's more HP.
Very
Seems
neat
like a
looking.
good
and
idea.
it's not one,
but two of those things.
but two
Yo,
giant Jotun hags.
I heard giant, so I'm already happy about this.
Oh, I couldn't tell which one was which.
I think we should take our midstream break.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a perfect cliffhanger to leave this on. You know that I love these. I am a huge fan. Yeah, Loopy knows. Loopy's in the. He already knows what I'm about.
You can't throw a Karen.
Obviously, I am going to.
They're not all Karen.
I'm obviously going to take a break before we descend into this room as these hags and the bat skeleton thing all notice our approach. Buford stomping forward, shield raised, ready for action. We're going to be right back. Feel free to stand up, stretch your legs yourselves, but don't go too far. When we come back in a couple of minutes, well, I am positive the hags are not going to respond friendly.
Hag, you're it.
Get out of the room.
Dear God.
Back, everyone. I'm gonna cut that highlight right there. If you want to see the rest of that one or any of the other great variety, I don't want to type it on my phone. I was gonna type the YouTube link on my phone. That's too much work. It's youtube.com/2perception. It's not down here at this exact moment, but it shows up right below me pretty regularly. It's got the whole of this campaign so far, the whole of our other campaign that we do on Mondays in the Extinction Curse, as well as, seriously, I'm pretty sure up to like 50 highlights now. It's a giant pile of actual shenanigans. There it is, youtube.com/2perception. Giant pile of actual shenanigans. But as we come back to this, we are barreling right into this room here, face to face with a pair of very large hags and a strange, giant, skeletal bat
Thing.
thing. So,
That laugh.
give me some initiative checks.
Gerkahach. Everyone gets +2 and 5 temporary hit points.
Ooh, I like it.
Gonna go ahead and hand you this. I don't want a 2 for my initiative.
Don't roll.
I am going to second that.
Give me all the hero points.
And was resume scouting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Into the box.
And we get a +2 to our initiative, right?
Yep.
Yeah, +2.
Ooh, look at that.
Wait, and then a +1 for you.
Yeah, so I had +3 because +1 circumstance, +2 status.
Yep, there are
Okay.
different bonuses.
Oh man,
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. 2 to a 14.
nat 20.
Pretty good.
Hey, pretty good.
And don't forget you're hasted.
Yep, I'm not forgetting, but it doesn't make me quicker.
Just
Okay.
see Rashid just like
So I'm like a board here.
all the caffeine.
The hag on the right has a 31. The hag on the left has a villain point.
Going ahead and get all those villain points out here.
New Jujuju, 299. A beautiful name. I love it. It's majestic.
There's a lot of Jews.
Gets a 32. Which is gonna be just above this one. And skeletal bat monstrosity thing.
We're gonna call him George.
George also gets a 31, so it's just this is very tightly packed enemy nugget. You'll love to see it.
You love to see it.
All right, Marshall, start with you.
36.
All right, and Rashid.
35.
Ooh, you guys are ready for this business. Resume?
33.
That's enough.
Damn, look at that.
Trishik?
36.
Oh,
Marshall.
I was about to say, let me do it. Let me.
What? Actually, I want to go first, if that's all right.
It's up to you
Okay.
guys. It's just with
Yeah.
player
I figured
types,
I'd be a
so-
good distraction while you do your.
He's invisible.
I'm
though.
invisible.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
He is
Okay.
invisible, yes. So,
That's fine. I'll let you go first this time.
Trishik, as Buddy and Marshall kind of pound into the room here, they drop their conversation. The two hags look back almost bewildered at the army of small people, barely waist high,
For now.
on
Let's get
onto these hags, rushing up to them, almost confused, as the bone bat skeleton thing actually backs away a little bit. You're up first, Trishik.
Well, I expected things to go a little differently, but screw the invisibility. I'm going to go on ahead and unleash a shot at the farther of the two night hags.
Okay.
This is poisoned as well. So that is a 30.
A 30 will hit.
So I need a fortitude save.
Okie dokie. Let me get a 23.
That fails.
Okay.
All right. So, wyvern poison, 5d6. Gonna go on ahead and roll that by itself.
Nice.
Well, 23 from the poison.
Pretty good opening shot there.
Yep.
Pretty. Yep.
So, now for the bow, which is 4d6, 2 precision. They're not immune.
Not immune to precision.
All right. 5, 10, 14, 16 from the bow itself. And then I am going to hide using the allies between me and the curve of the hallway
Okay.
before peeking out to unleash another shot. So hiding for a 25.
It's exactly a perception DC. So you managed to just pull yourself away. These arrows flying off in this tiny hallway behind all these tiny ant
What
children.
did
are
that,
rushing up to
Chunk?
find her. What?
So to a 31 with a -5.
So 20, 30. Oh, with the -5 is 31.
Yeah, I rolled better.
31 will. That almost crits her flat-footed, but not quite.
But still.
4, 6, and 5 is 11, 14, 16.
16. Okay.
Not a bad opener.
So as your two arrows thud one after the other into this gigantic hag here, you can tell that they have difficulty piercing through her thick skin, and that they don't do as much damage as they could. She is resistant to piercing damage, but still does a pretty good amount. And despite her large stature, that seems to those two shots seem to bring her down pretty well. Marshall.
The power of a rogue who won initiative.
Yes.
The secret is winning. Why'd you hide? What did you do anyway? You beat him in initiative.
Because I forgot that when you beat
Marshall!
It happened.
I just
We're
come
here.
out. Oh, ladies, let me show you what a real man looks like.
I'm still learning the whole stealth thing and initiative stuff.
Go giant. And
rages-
I rage.
gets real big.
That's my one action. My second action, I can run up to 25 feet, so I go up to the closest hag.
Well, raging is an action. Getting huge is an action. It's two
I
actions.
thought it's all
to-
simultaneous.
It's 2 actions to go huge. You can later, as a
Oh.
barbarian, you will get feats that let you do a rage action as part of raging, but you don't yet.
You can rage and go in.
You can either
That
go
said,
big or go home.
You are 10 feet from this hag that just took.
Oh, so I
arrows.
can- So you can
just
While
swing
you're
and hit
large,
her.
You can just swing at
Oh,
her from here.
well, that's the intent anyway. Is I just let's try to pink one.
I need to get a larger Marshall from Hero Point.
I know, right?
Yes. So that is a 35, I believe.
Now that crits.
The power of winning initiative.
She is getting chopped.
Oh my god.
So I'm just coming down straight, like. Let's see. That is going to be 10 plus 6, that's 16 plus 14. That's 30 right on the dot.
Times 2 is
Times 2 is 60
Yeah,
damage.
she is dead. She is no longer alive.
Oh my
You
god.
come to
So
the
I'm just
door,
gonna just cleave straight into this thing in half.
loose 2 arrows.
This is why
into
we
this
are a
hag
good partner.
And immediately cut her down before they can even react.
Is the one of the other creatures within 5 feet next to it?
Out of your, the other ones are out of your reach.
Yeah, just based on positioning, she was barely in your reach.
Just saying because I had an ability that would lead into the other one.
We thought we'd never see that ever happen, but it almost did
It
here.
almost happened. we still have never seen it happen, but it was close. Roshin.
All right. Well, this is amazing.
Welcome to combat.
So hasted stride action. Roshin's going to slide up past Buddy to become adjacent to the hag. Second action to raise her shield as she goes into a guard. Third action, let's pop a focus point. Bosh! And her sword will glow red as she slashes down at it.
How good is haste?
It's an extra action, but you can only use
I
it to
think
stride
I
or
was
strike.
sarcastic. Like,
Yeah, like that was
how
good,
good is
because
haste? Am I right?
no, because haste got you there and let you do all
Yeah,
that
he's
stuff.
like-
Yeah.
Haste is really good
It
for
wasn't a literal-
Roshin,
it
who
wasn't a
spends her
literal
actions
question.
doing other things.
It was a rhetorical
Yeah.
question.
Just saying, haste is awesome.
You mean rhetorical?
Shut up. You're banned. Get out of my house. Nick.
I'm trying to math. You're not making it easy.
All right.
All right. Jeez, you people. All right. I have a lot of moving parts with her.
Little Woshin.
Okay, it's just +1 status bonus. Okay, so that's going to be a
You do a lot of oracle things.
Yeah, I do a lot of oracle things. So that's a 29.
You said doo-doo.
Teehee.
29.
29. Actually, as you bring it around, you bring your sword. It's gonna hit and then almost snap your wrist back like you're hitting the solid metal as your blade skirts across your skin. 29's not gonna hit.
What?
Oh man.
This is a tougher hag than the other one.
They
I thought we
want
were
the
just gonna.
same thing.
I thought we were just gonna go roll these. Okay. Roshin's eyes were kind of a little big at that. I do have an action left.
Guess it's time to turn around. 29.
Blink.
What?
Noktug, and her eye will glow red, and a glyph will sort of appear around it, and she's going to get a vision of this hag dying on a blazing battlefield in the manner that it is weakest to. I know all of its weaknesses, and I know its lowest save.
It is not weak to anything,
Okay.
and its lowest save is reflex.
Okay.
Unsurprisingly, I suppose, for the gigantic hag.
I don't know.
It's fair. It's a hag. They
Fireball.
They're deceptive. But yeah, it has. But do you learn any resistances? Or,
Sadly,
well, okay,
no.
I guess I will give
vision
you-
of weakness.
It
I
is-
only get its weaknesses.
It is not legally a weakness, but I will give you that with her size and her fortitude and just the thickness of her skin, it's near impossible to cut through, and she is weak to bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
She is weak in that she is not resistant to it. That's a form of weakness.
I will take the extra information. Thank you, GM. Her movements are slowish, and you can bash her. And let's just call that out. And that's the end of her
I
turn.
was like, do you still have actions? Like, how many things do you do in a turn?
Everything.
With hasted, Roshin has a lot
You do a
going
lot of stuff.
on.
Resume. You would not hear Roshin's call. You and Trishik are too far away to hear Roshin call that out.
Okay. I'm gonna move past Trishik.
It's not like I had bludgeoning anyways.
Put a boxing glove on your arrow.
This is not first edition.
And she will call up a little gout of flame, and it will actually emerge from her amulet. She's going to use her once a day one action produce flame.
Okay.
So that's going to be me rolling, and they are flat-footed to me because I am also have roguey powers.
Rogue dedication, yeah.
Rogue dedication. All right. So this is at the hag in the front, right?
Yep.
Did you roll stealth for initiative?
You mean the remaining half?
Oh, if you're all percent, nope, you're not.
Oh,
flat-footed,
you're
dude.
right.
Yep, you got to be hiding.
Or deception?
That's
Or
a
just
nat
roll
20.
20.
Social hiding.
Or I could just roll a nat 20.
Or you can just blow up her face, I guess. That's also always an option. You can just go with that.
I mean, I sliced one in half. She blows one up.
Easy enough.
Seems fair, right?
So as
Legit.
that catches her full on, movement slowish indeed. She just eats that one on the chin.
And is engulfed in flames.
Yeah, on fire.
All right, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 plus 4 is 18. Doubled is 36 points of fire damage.
And she's on fire.
And
She's on fire.
she is on fire.
Alrighty. Before I move forward, Trishik. Trippy darling. Let's put a smile on that face.
Let's put a smile on that.
Take a hero points and do hopefully less creepy things than that with it. So,
Oh,
Wait, I'm
absolutely
not
not.
done. That was just one
that
action.
was
2 actions.
2 actions.
No, produce flame out of my
Nope.
amulet.
You moved.
Oh, that's right. But I have one
You do
more.
have one left, you're right.
Okay,
I didn't
cool.
forget it was one action producer.
Shield.
So you pop the shield up in front of yourself, and okay, that's the hag. I need to change the backs of these so I understand what they are. The hag, almost kind of bewildered by everything that has just taken here, barely now getting to turn around, turns back to the skeletal bat thing and hisses out infernal. Here's your opportunity to earn your keep! And then turns towards the doorway to the south. Calamite! Assist me! Her voice, even back where Trishik is in the hallway, it's quiet, but audible, kind of piercing.
Very big.
Is she
She's
speaking in
very
Infernal?
low. She's speaking in Infernal.
Okay, cool.
Because I know at least some of you
I
think
understand
it's
it.
just you speak
Yeah.
Infernal, so you'd understand what she's saying. Everyone else, she's like hissing devil language.
What you call me?
She's calling for help.
And then she is going to turn and swipe down the massive hand, like open palmed, towards Roshin.
Smack.
You get the slap. 25.
25, Roshin's just going to drop her sword into a watershed block and just soak that hit.
And then she is going to turn to the hallway, seeing this magic and everything fountaining forth. And as she passes her hand kind of just batting towards you, she continues further and pushes her hand all the way down to the ground, where she kind of bridges her fingers and presses her nails clank down into the marble floor up until her fingertips are against the cold stone. And at the same time, massive, extended, warped versions of her fingernails are going to shoot up out of the ground around Resme,
Who's going to nimble dodge?
who's going to nimble dodge.
Why not an attack?
It's not an
Oh, it's not an attack.
It is
Okay.
not an attack.
Then I guess I make a save.
Nope, it is an athletics check.
Oh.
It's an athletics check versus your fort DC.
Oh, okay. Oh, which is better?
Better than your athletics.
Well, I also have Juggernaut.
Juggernaut mutagen gives you a
Yeah.
bonus to your
That's
force.
going to be a 35.
That's still probably gonna get you though.
It will get me, but it will not crit me.
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut mutagen.
So as this comes up around you, you are going to be grabbed. And she's got her hand at the floor, the fingernails coming up, closing like a cage around you. She picks her hand back up, leaving the cage around Resme,
It's all right.
readying to fight Rasheen. The skeletal bat demon monster beast thing is
George, right?
George.
Yep.
George is going to step back a little further from the rest of the group and look across everything, these glowing red eyes, and hiss out, "Invisibilitas," and disappear.
Interesting.
Buddy.
And I'm going to.
Oh, also, she's still on fire. How much damage did she take?
Oh.
She's taking.
Isn't it just spell level?
4
per
spell level. So and it's
Oh.
and it's a level 5.
Boy.
So 5d4.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5d4.
And she is still on fire.
I think.
Oh, you want me to roll 5d4? Oh, sorry. I didn't know if you wanted to do it.
Why would I do it? It's your attack. I'm not going to take your dice away from you.
Take 11 more points of fire
11
damage.
points of fire damage.
Dice go click clack, make fun sound.
Giant smoldering hag
That's
thing.
the cutest thing you've ever said.
I
Buddy.
stole it from the internet.
So I'm gonna. The other one just like completely fell over. I haven't
Yeah, she's
even
been
moved
caught by-
yet.
Marshall about cut her in half.
Marshall,
She is super dead.
I was kind of looking at these, and when I just saw this axe come down and just go, and I'm like,
So
I'm-
this is why we keep them.
and I'm gonna turn to the other one and be like, no, ma'am.
Even when he's fighting a lady, still polite.
Now, you may not be perfect, but there's always room for improvement. I'm gonna step forward. Step forward, and I'm going to just hook the back of my hammer and just try and pull out one of her legs and just try and trip her. I don't get my bonus because I'm not using my whip, but
Okay.
Not that it matters. Not that it matters when you just put a 20 on the
Yep,
table.
I
Yeah.
mean, she is not fast, and you will reach out. Do you have a free hand?
no.
You can't trip.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can I keep that die? No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's
You
okay.
can
It's
keep
okay.
it.
No, it's fine.
Do you want to just whack her? I'll let you put the 20 on whacking her.
I really wasn't planning on whacking her as a thing.
You might as well.
Just break her hand that she has like in the
Go
grip.
for the kneecap. There you go.
Yeah, Buford's trying to talk her down. That's his thing.
Yeah,
It's hard to talk someone down while you're hitting them.
Yeah,
it makes
while
you
you're
feel
hitting
really
them, like-
ingenuous.
Stop resisting!
I was thinking that.
It
I
could be
didn't want
like
to say
intimidate.
it, but it's-
Yeah, I can try and intimidate with that.
Okay,
with
I'll let
that.
you do the 20 to intimidate.
Yeah.
So what's that give you?
That gives me a
right.
32.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot I had that.
So with that
It's okay.
32, she is going to be clearly a little caught off guard, a little frightened.
And then I will bring my shield up and kind of wait for her to glance down at me or something. I don't know. Probably look slightly upset. I don't know.
Or blush becomingly
Or
at you.
what, you never know.
Chic.
It's a thing.
You have such a
Can I see her from
attractive
where I am?
hat.
Yeah, you can
It's
see
the
her.
head.
She definitely has partial cover from Resme being in a giant cage in front of you.
Yeah. What is that? But it's just like warped fingernails.
It looks like giant, thick fingernails, like tree trunks, wrapped up, closing around her like a cage.
That's spikes.
That's kind of holding her in place.
That's really creepy.
It is. Very
I'm not
creepy.
gonna mess with
Yeah,
that.
these hags are actually kind of horrifying.
As per the laugh. All right, so I'm going to
Oh, yeah, Sirenscape for.
I'm going to get up against the corner and wait for the opportune moment to blast a couple arrows at her, and I'm just hiding.
Okay.
Oh, not using that dice.
Yeah, that dice gone forever.
This is like, nah.
So that's a natural one on
man.
hiding. So I don't know the results of it. I just know that's what I did.
Did your best.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
And I'm going to peek out and launch a couple shots down the hallway.
I got that. Wow.
28
28 is not going to do it.
and 28.
Yeah, these arrows firing down, just glancing off of this hag's skin harmlessly, as if she was somehow even more sturdy than the tree you just fought. All right.
That dice
Marshall.
has just escaped.
It's gone forever.
It's gone.
I have no idea where it went.
It went that way.
It's gone forever.
Well, I'm just gonna rush up to the remaining hag.
To move a grand total of 5 feet to get in range.
Pretty much.
Just swinging over, buddy. Like put under this Titan battle over above you.
Be like, excuse me, no, ma'am.
And you just see this giant dwarf dropping the axe as appropriate as I can be. With a jeez, wow.
Glorious.
My math is bad. 35 again?
35 will hit.
Well, this is different hag, so I didn't know.
Yep.
Well, 35 doesn't hit. It's time to start running away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I rolled a 17, so. All right, what we got here? We got, not terrible, but, so that's 10 plus, brain math. Okay, so 16, 26.
Okay. So as you hit her, you definitely feel like your axe can't bite into her thick flesh as well as it can most things. So she's pretty resistant to that.
She's resistant. Okay.
Slashing.
Okay, to slashing. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so for my last action, I'm gonna try something a little different. I'm gonna do my intimidate thing that I have, where I'm gonna attempt to demoralize her. I just kind of like roar,
Okay.
like just a very angry dwarf from war.
Smack her and scream at her.
Yeah.
That's peak barbarian.
And I got I got a pretty decent intimidate too. 29.
Ooh.
29 is just barely enough to frighten her, but she is frightened. She is a little afraid of both the gigantic man and the
And because of one of my abilities,
Really
she's
says-
demoralized.
tiny man. Well, yeah, that's what intimidate does, is demoralize.
okay.
Demoralize is intimidating somebody in combat. Okay.
Just
Roshin.
like come at me.
But walk around me, please.
So Roshin's going to keep that shield up and keep her guard ready. She's going to, well, nothing for it. Chop it down like a tree, I suppose. And she's just going to basically just trying to hack this sword into this hag's ankle.
Kind of tendon.
It's not bad. That's a 29.
29, because she is frightened, is going to hit.
Oh.
Value.
Oh, it's a good roll, too.
Oh yeah.
So let's see here. I'm on my moderate curse level, so I'm doing good damage. So that's going to be 15 plus 6, 21 slashing.
21 slashing. She is again going to be quite resistant to.
But damage is
you're-
damage.
Yeah, you're stacking up some damage to be certain, and with all these blows sequentially on her, she's starting to look a little worse for wear.
And as the sword pulls away, the magic in the blade almost draws her blood out, and she'll start bleeding.
Okie dokie.
Uh,
Hag is creepy, you say.
So she's
and
on
actually,
fire,
she's actually
bleeding.
in moderate curse right now. So the blood that's splattered to the ground is again going to start to form that red mist, which just kind of floats around the floor.
Makes it less creepy, don't worry.
Yeah, definitely helping you case here.
Definitely, yeah.
No, we're the good guys. We're here to do good guy stuff.
Sure.
She's the whole bloody rose thing. It's what
Her
she
blood
does.
will be missed.
I'm going up.
I'm gonna try to swing again. I had a plan. I don't know what it was. That's a 10. That's not gonna hit.
Yeah, see what happened?
You ruined it.
Demoralized my die. I've got a
Roshin doesn't even want to fight anymore.
I've got a third action. I'm gonna 5-foot step, just to kind of carefully slide around her.
Okay.
I feel like I need to buy you a beer.
And Resme, you are trapped in this gross fingernail cage that's kind of around you.
Is it gonna stop me from casting?
It's gonna make you make a flat check to cast because you're grappled. Or grabbed. It's second edition now.
Grabbled.
Grappled.
Grappled.
So, Resme will touch a hand to herself and whisper something, and I'll cast
saved it.
freedom of movement on myself.
Alright, make me a flat check.
11.
Okay, so you managed to get it through.
Should have saved
And
it.
with a second casting of freedom of movement, you are able to slip through the gaps in this fingernail cage. Are no longer restrained.
And then she'll call up another magical shield, but staying well in the doorway.
The doorway to the cage.
Rasheen's so proud of you right now.
She's doing good work. The hag, seeing Roshin coming around and seeing that she's battling this massive thing, dwarf, in front of her while all these small people work their way around. Surprisingly, all somewhat effectively. She sees Roshin going around the side, and she is going to swing down, almost chopping with her left hand as you try to pass by her. For a 31.
31, that's just going to collapse her guard enough and slip through to cause damage.
And so as she connects, you are going to take 22.
And I'll be able to. I was just making sure we were Jason.
Yeah.
And I'll be able to slide just in time, be able to slide my shield in between, and just kind of take most of that impact. But this hag will like kind of glance down at Roshin and just in the flicker, just kind of recognize.
You got the double now. Yes, I do! You got to do it!
And just kind of recognize and just question, just for the briefest moment, seeing like just almost a flash of recognition, which may make her hesitate. I don't know.
It is not. She is going to persist through, regardless
okay.
of this weight in her mind.
And she's gonna get a headache from it.
So she's bleeding, on fire, and taking persistent good damage
Yes.
now.
Speaking of which, she should go ahead and make that on fire.
We're not done her turn. This is literally the first action she's found out.
Okay, so the shield block will take 12, and then the Glimpse of Redemption will also take 10.
And Roshin is also going to sink under her shield as well, and her shield's going to take 10 as well.
And she hit for 21, so you don't
So
even need
Yeah,
to
your
get
shield
out
wouldn't
of
even
there.
get
Oh, never
I
mind.
blocked 22 already.
That's great.
So
She actually braces and like
Yeah,
doesn't
she-
feel
She
anything.
kind of falters. Her nails, just the end of her nails, start to collide a bit with Roshin's armor, where they, just even the slightest touch, seems to scratch rust onto your pauldron before Buddy throws his shield in the way, absorbs 12 damage, and his shield collapses in half. Your shield is broken.
Okay.
As rust racks through it.
It's not destroyed, it's just broken.
It's just broken. It's not
Okay.
destroyed. You can't use it to block anymore. It doesn't gain AC in this fight.
Okay.
And you rethink your life choices. Her hand
could have
comes
been
up,
my shield.
The nails still scrabbled back. She closes her giant hand around you, grabbing you, reaching down with her second hand to swing at you as well. You still got your shield up. You can still block. And this is at a -5. It's gonna be a 30 against your flat-footed
Oh, so the grab is automatic?
as their second.
Because it
hand,
hit
yeah.
me,
'Cause
so
it
it's
hit
got the
you.
auto grab, and then the 30 versus my flat-footed, even with the shield raise, will actually hit me.
Are you going to block it?
No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So 28. She's enfeebled immediately.
Oh, yeah.
So 28 versus your flat-footed.
No,
actually.
it doesn't actually. She finishes the guard and has manages to knock it to the side.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Making sure to avoid the fingernails.
And then she is no longer on fire, or she's still on fire rather. She is gonna take the bleeding damage, but that ends immediately. And she's gonna take the good damage, but that ends immediately.
3 points of bleed.
Okay.
3 points of bleed.
This is the one that we want to keep ticking.
Yeah, we could. The huge one is the one that stayed on.
Yeah.
13 points of fire.
So. Okay, so that's 16 total, and
That's just one.
17.
I'm telling you, it's just a slight headache.
It's a good thing.
The important part is it's there.
and
Well, if they were weak to it,
know,
it would make a difference.
Sometimes that 1 point matters.
And,
it's actually true. If they had weakness, good. You could do a lot of damage to that.
Yeah.
But if she's like
and Bunny's ability is also there.
Bunny.
She's got a hold of Rasheen. She calls back to the hall again. Calamate! Screeching before she turns back over her shoulders. You are a fool if you think I'd give you such wealth for services when you won't even aid us here! In Infernal still that only Resume can understand. Are you mad? Buddy.
Skeleton Demon's like, you ain't getting out of this room.
So the claws kind of tear through this this shield, and Buddy's gonna look down at he'll actually just place his hammer down beside him, and just crank. You can see like a really weird as the shield will actually weave itself back together. And and it will heal. It will mend itself, and not be broken anymore.
Is that 3 actions?
Yeah, it's 3 actions.
That's 3 actions. So
And I've got my repair kit on my bandolier.
So it is down to half because breaking it sets it to its broken threshold.
Yeah.
So you repair what you're a master,
Yeah.
and you automatically succeed because of assurance.
Yep.
Which means
Is that a spell or?
No, it's just
It's
skill
a feat.
usage.
it gets 20 health back
Yes.
from its broke threshold to
awesome.
But I can use it for AC, and that's what.
whatever.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
it
it's
means.
down. I mean, you can't raise it this turn, but it
Yeah.
despite the rust, Buddy can fix this in a blink.
Yeah, and it
shield.
just kind of
That was
weaves
broken.
together. It looks like remarkably like Sal's like crazy art. It'll just like kind of fold in on itself until it's back into shape.
You used crazy faith.
So as we go to Trishik here, as oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, just Trishik. But she's only on fire. She's not frightened. She's still enfeebled.
Is she flat-footed because she's grabbing?
No.
I thought she was still demoralized too, but I.
No, that take every turn you
That's just one,
recover
yeah.
from 1 frightened.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to attempt to take cover again. She seems real distracted.
She's very distracted.
I want her to forget that I'm here before I unleash this next shot. So, hiding for, 33.
Okay.
So then, I'm actually going to skirmish strike her, and I'm going to move over here to behind this corner and just shoot an arrow straight down the gap in the hallway.
Take your shot, Chief. See what you get.
31.
Just have light cover. It's a 30. 30 hits her.
Yes. So, she's also bleeding.
No.
Yeah, that's where it
Oh,
stopped.
oh,
Yeah, that
the
stopped.
new bleed.
Yeah, new bleed.
New bleed. She's
yeah.
bleeding again.
Yes, because I have wounding on my bow.
Yep. So she is bleeding again now.
So 6, 12, 17, 19, plus a d6 bleed that she will take on the end of her turn, and she is enfeebled 1 until the end of my next turn.
Already enfeebled. So
That goes away at the end of her turn, doesn't
it
it?
goes away at the end of his turn.
Well, then she's slowed by 10 feet.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Debilitating.
Oh, you can pick a debilitation,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's minus 10 feet to movement speed. So, Trishik, as you loose this shot and kind
I
of...
still have one more action.
Is it 1 action for Skirmish Shake?
Yep.
Oh, fair enough. Are you going left?
Yeah. So the next one, I'm going to attempt to seek in a cone in this direction for the
You
perceived
can't see in the room anymore. You're completely out of the
Okay,
room.
fair.
Behind the
Yeah, I'll
hallway.
just
Like,
shoot again then.
you can't see into the room. You're completely out
So-
of the room behind the hallway.
Can't shoot her.
No, you are not. You left the room.
Oh, fair.
You're
Hiding-
an angled hallway
hiding
away
again.
from the room.
We are
Okay.
hiding again, hiding from the room.
Like you're not here anymore. You went
Okay.
home.
29.
29.
I'm hiding.
Okay. So at the end of your turn,
Yes.
The group of you would see, kind of peering into the room from the southern entrance, just Buddy and Roshin and maybe Marshall could see a much smaller hag with curled horns on her head, looking much like the one hung on the wall in the entryway, coming around the corner, looking to see what's going on in here.
Hearing a lot of vague noises.
Stuff sounds like I hear. Is that
It's like there's a concert in the next city over.
repeatedly?
Oh, jeez.
Marshall.
Well, I just, for my first action, I'm gonna attempt to intimidate her again. I just look at her, I'm like, you think your little buddy will stop at me? No, you're gonna be next.
Hey.
35 intimidate.
35 will spook her. She is friend one.
It's not often that I would imagine a Jotun hag encounters
Yeah,
someone as
she's-
big as they are.
It's definitely a weird one. I mean, well, she was
Especially a
just in a
dwarf.
room exclusively with people as big as she is, so
Yeah,
it's
but
not that
they're-
rare.
And
They're
then,
specific creatures, not a dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A dwarf
Exactly,
as big as
a
her is
dwarf.
definitely a weird one that she's not okay with.
And,
That's why the night I took so long to come
I'm
out. It's
gonna
like,
take
there's
a-
a giant dwarf in here. It's like, what the hell is he
Want to see
talking
the
about?
giant dwarf?
taking a swing at her.
Bonk.
Hey!
So
Bonk.
that's what yeah, I'm pretty sure that hits
37.
37.
37 will hit indeed.
Yep. Get my D12s and make this person cry.
Nice.
Let's see, 14 plus 60, 30.
30 is pretty good, but again, she's quite resistant to the slashing damage.
It's still gonna hurt.
Still gonna hurt her pretty good. But that one you're gonna get the bite in and actually
Oh, yeah.
chop a bit into her shoulder.
You know what? I'm gonna
But
go.
then she staggers a little bit, pretty injured.
I'm like, oh, you're not done yet. Try to go for another one. -5, I know.
Yes. Additional whack.
What is that? A 13?
13.
13 plus 18. That's okay. So that's 26. I don't think that's
Yeah,
good.
second one is not gonna be able to find.
But
it.
it just like grazes her cheek, like past her face. I'm like, oh, don't worry, I won't miss next time.
Roshin.
Roshin. Roshin's gonna just look at the other hag that is kind of poking its head in, and she's just gonna put her thumb up by her neck.
Universal language.
You best get.
Go back in if I were you. That's demoralize on her. May I?
Kind of figured.
Am I physically menacing her? I'd like to be able to physically menace her.
I think you're too far away to physically menace her.
Really? I can't like.
Yeah, because like physically menacing is like immediately threatening. Like, I think if you're a good 20 feet from them, you can't really physically menace.
Okay, it's a 27 then.
A 27 is probably. She is not afraid.
Okay.
She lives with it. She's like a fear elemental.
That's fair.
You would absolutely just recognize this as a night hag coming around the corner.
Okay, it's legit a night hag. Fair enough.
An actual night hag.
At first it was an actual night hag. It was just stuck to the wall.
Yes, and living night hag. Yes.
So in that case, she's going to concentrate and call out Engal Kovajakta, and a golden copy of herself will kind of burst out from her and take up the space directly next to her, between the between the night hag and her. And the golden duplicate of her is going to swing at the gigantic Annis hag.
Oh, you stayed there. Okay.
I
Okay.
stayed.
Okay.
So 8 and 16 is only a 24 actually.
We should attack of opportunity, you stupid hag. But 24 is not going to hit. No.
24 is not gonna hit. All right, that's fine. You can just stay there. And I'm going to. She's gonna. See, that's intimidate, cast. I have one action left.
That's a 1x? Oh, haste.
And
I have one smack or move it.
I have one smack left. She's just gonna put that shield down,
No touchy.
and then two-hand that sword and just try to baseball swing it into her.
All right.
Nat
Ooh,
20.
nat 20.
That'll do it.
You just needed both hands.
Yeah.
That's it. See, so 11 and 6, 17. Doubled is 34.
34. All right, she is still up.
And she's
but,
bleeding again.
She's already
Sorry.
bleeding for
Never mind.
D6.
Actually, critical hit. She's bleeding for D12.
We've upgraded it to a D12.
It's the wind bigger.
She is bleeding, on fire, desperately injured and stumbling, but still up for now. Resme.
And is still grabbing me?
Is still grabbing you.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a
And she's-
regular grab. so it
She's
was
still
like-
feared too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And enfeebled.
I think, yeah, the
All the
feel is
dots.
gone.
Resme will yell out, "Let's keep at least one of them alive so we can figure out what they're doing here."
Does the enfeeble end at the end of your turn? Or
Should be enfeebled 1 from your thing.
okay.
And then I'm gonna cast See Invisibility because I have no idea where that skeleton dog thing went, and I would kind of like to know where it went if
That's fair.
possible.
That's reasonable. So,
That seems smart.
with
You just see it right here.
Oh, that dog!
You're like, let me cancel that spell.
Dismiss.
so with a cast, you would be able to see that it honestly it has not moved. It's just sitting in the back corner,
Watching.
kind of crouched back, looking towards the giant hag
Ooh,
as she is yelling vaguely back in its direction.
ooh, evil bone puppy in the back. Show point.
You know,
And that's my turn.
Okay.
I'll take care of it later.
So, I put the wrong thing.
I mean, pointing out is an action. So.
Yeah. So, she was getting just completely bullied here. Now seeing a Roshin she's holding and a golden Roshin next to her. Just going to continue smacking down on this Roshin that she's got in her hands. So you're still grabbed, still going to be against your flat-footed. This is going to be a natural 1. So she is very desperately injured.
I just duck down into the hand. And she just hits herself.
It's just. And she will call back over her shoulder again. They see you, Hazanak! You better contribute before they come for you! And at that, with your See Invisibility, you see the thing shift its gaze towards the party and start to move forward.
Oh, bad puppy coming this way.
Maybe you should have just let it hang out.
Yeah, you probably should have just left it alone.
But I guess he can fight if you want him to. She is going to then attempt again, just smashing down on Roshin with a 23. No. Yes, 23.
Yes.
One. Okay.
I've been there.
-5. 23.
Okay.
There's a lot of pluses and
Lot of pluses there.
minuses.
She has 5 debuffs on her, so
Yep.
give me a minute.
And again, Roshin is just parrying these hits as they come down with the sword.
She is going to turn and just backhanded swing out towards the enormous dwarf out to the side and try to give him a slap with a not hitting you. Like an 11, probably. And
It's not worth the math.
it's literally not worth the math. She's on her 3rd attack at on roll a 2. Like, it's not worth the math. And then Skeleton Beast is going to jump in because he's like, good point. So,
Is she still
10
on fire?
bleed
she's on
damage.
fire. She bleeds for 10. She takes some fire damage.
I'm surprised this thing's not dead yet.
She's a sturdy woman.
10 damage for fire damage.
And that will kill her.
Oh.
I mean, if she had a beard, Marshall might think otherwise.
She was lashing out in desperation.
Yeah, with that smoldering and bleeding, her body finally just gives out with these last couple reckless swings, and she collapses down onto the ground.
That was an insanely valuable produced flame.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah,
It is.
money.
Turns out critting produced flame is actually a huge deal. So, this bone bat thing in the corner, he is
Still invisible, yeah?
To all of us.
still invisible to everybody
yeah,
else.
okay.
Except her.
I mean, well, she has
Just making- I was
invisibility.
just
He
making
is
sure.
still invisible.
I guess
but,
technically he'd be hidden because of point out, right?
yeah, he is
Yeah.
hidden.
Yeah.
So not
He-
undetected.
He is going to move a little ways up towards the doorway here, and then reappear as he incants another spell facing towards Resme in the hallway, still ostensibly standing in the cage, but you can clearly tell that you can see him. And as he does, pain is just going to rack through your body, and I need a will save.
Do I get a chance to attack him?
I think it's just resume.
Do you have attack of opportunity? I didn't think you took that.
No, I didn't. Never
Then,
mind.
then no. You
Yeah.
don't get an attack of opportunity if you don't have attack of opportunity.
I thought I did, but I don't think.
Yeah, I didn't think you did.
29.
The 29, you will succeed, but still,
Oh,
Where is
baby.
it?
You don't have the thing for will saves, do you?
Not yet, no.
nobody gets that until only
Really?
monks can get that super early by picking will save. Yeah, the critical will save one doesn't come online early for like
Yeah,
anybody,
it comes
I
like
have it.
except apparently oracles now. Alrighty, Beep, boop, boop, boop.
I don't get it till like
Do
way
everything.
later.
Okay, so he damages resume is what you're saying?
Is gonna damage her with a spell, yes.
Okay. He's going as he catches sight of her around in this hallway. He notices how unthreatening this woman looks, and he may question whether I don't know if he can understand common, but he may question whether she meant him danger.
He's gonna drop it. He's gonna drop the spell. As you feel this brief flash of pain, it's gonna fade away. And Buford, you are going to hear demonic hissing in your mind.
Ah,
As
You
he
gave
Yeah.
him angelic hissing. He
As
gave
in,
like,
you demonic.
yes,
looks-
sir.
He looks, he looks directly towards you and kind of cocks his head a bit, and you hear this demonic voice echo inside your head.
And I'll
He doesn't look
I
like
can't.
he's...
Oh, I can't see him, can I?
No, he's visible now. He
Oh, he is.
He cast
Oh,
spell.
okay,
You had
okay,
to,
okay,
you had
okay.
to stop it.
Okay, so yeah, so if he looks directly at him, I'll I can kind of tell that he didn't do this at all. I just nod at him.
And he pulls his front limb off the ground and turns it palm up and holds it towards you.
Oh, he wants a paw.
Buddy,
Yeah, shaking hands with demons always ends well.
What do you guys think he wants? And I'm gonna hold for.
I don't care
just
what he
one
wants, but
thing.
I know the solution.
I'm gonna call out just. What do you guys think he wants?
Trishik.
I don't necessarily know that I know he's there quite yet. There, I know he's visible. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you can't see into the room really, so.
So I'm going to attempt to skirmish strike, coming in for the hag that is no longer conscious.
Yeah, she is
So I'm
pile on the ground for sure.
going to move up and over into the room. Farther,
Further.
yeah, where that little lamp is.
Oh, okay.
And upon coming into the room, Bodron realizing she's not there, instead I'm going to unleash my arrow over at the skeleton.
This
I
goes
try
to be-
so hard, and I get so far.
But in the end,
But in the end,
Almost
even
made
better.
friends with the demon dog. That's like the greatest redeemer moment ever.
26.
26 is just going to fly. He's just loose bones. 26 is just going to shoot through him, clattering through some ribs, perhaps. He's immediately going to flip his gaze over to Trishik and reassume, putting his hand down, a more aggressive posture.
And I'm going to drop my bow, draw my dagger, and going. How tall is this room?
It's probably about 20 feet high. It's pretty tall.
I'm gonna scamper up the wall.
Okie dokie, up the wall he goes.
Yeah, wasn't that 3? Because you drew a dagger.
Yes.
Oh, move, shoot, draw. You can't scamper up the wall right now.
Skirmisher.
Oh, skirmisher strike was part of it. I keep forgetting skirmisher strike's a thing.
He's a rogue. He does roguey things.
Rogue
Yep.
save. Rogue
Come
save.
into the
Rogue
room,
save.
shoot as one
Tell
action.
me when you want to come back in, buddy, because I have you token.
Well,
I would assume right after that happened.
Well, that's our character, though. So
Yeah.
tell me when you
I
come back
would
in.
probably actually still be sitting there. I'll wait until after this
It'd
other
be
girl
very
goes.
disconcerting to have a giant bone dog reach its hand out towards you. Like,
Yeah, I still haven't decided what to
So
do.
on the bottom of the hallway, this Night Hag is going to come in here, look over everything, see the two massive dead hags strewn across the room, one of which this bone bat is kind of like halfway propped up on, and see this giant dwarf and a bunch of regularly sized people. She cares less about. And you're gonna pull her hands up, and they can't. Visagitum! And shoot out 2 pairs of swirling bolts of force out towards the giant dwarf.
Of course.
On account of him being very large and obvious.
That's me.
Oh,
You know what happens.
you probably can't have that back.
Yes, you were definitely not grabbed by the dead lady. She just let you go on account of being dead.
He's kind of dead now.
Good of
Makes
her.
the grappling much more difficult, to be sure. So the first pair of bolts is going to hit you for 10 points of force damage,
Okay.
and the second pair of bolts is going to hit you for 9 points of force damage.
So 19 altogether.
19 together, yes.
Okay. That's not bad.
Oh, it's magic missile.
It is magic missile.
Uh-huh.
And now,
Is that the first magic
I
missile
would-
we've seen from an enemy?
I'm gonna come back in. I'm going to pick up my hammer, step closer to the bone dog, and turn around and raise my shield. This one, I really don't think this one means no harm over here. And I will shield against the other Night Hag, but kind of with the back against the other one.
Okay, fair enough. Marshall.
I feel the force bolts basically from the Night Hag. I look at her like, oh, that tickles. Intimidate. That's gonna be a 24 on intimidate.
Definitely not going to do it.
That's okay.
She is like nightmare incarnate. She is
Oh
not
yeah, that's right. I
easily
forgot.
scared.
That's fine.
I mean, she's not immune to it. It's
Yeah.
just.
How far away is she from me?
The difficulty now is there's a huge pile of things between the pair of you.
Okay.
It's difficult.
But I'm also
but
very big.
You are very large.
Yeah.
You would need to move 25 feet to kind of climb up on top of this hag here past Buford to be able to get in smacking range of her. You have 25 foot movement.
Yeah,
right?
I have 25.
So it would be
and I have
one
10
move.
foot. And I have 10 foot reach.
Yeah, but you can't stop anywhere else because there's 25 million characters around,
Yeah, I know.
so you'd have to go all the way to here.
That's fine. I'll do that.
She just kind of looks up at you as these
I
bolts
just I purposely like heavy step into the corpse of the one I'm stepping over.
Smush.
Smush the skull and everything. And just like okay, and then I just wind it up. That's probably not gonna hit, but yeah, 22 is not gonna hit.
22 is not, no, as she is quite small and is definitely going to dodge out of the way of that blade as it comes down, smashing into the marble floor. Roshin. Roshin's.
Just turn and face this Night Hag. May I have a token for that Night Hag, by the way?
Oh, yes, sir. Here's an attack token, good sir.
Look at him reminding you. See, this is
Yeah,
the first time that's actually happened.
She's not
Normally
on the
we
table
just
for an entire
yeah.
round, but
You know,
we
it's
did
good.
get there, though.
Better than
Dude,
that.
we did good.
To be fair, the chat basically never sees the table because we really don't have a fantastic
But it's good
way
for
to show
us.
it.
It's good for us.
It's super good for you.
Yes, yes.
You should have you really should have run away. And the golden guardian is going to look at her and then vanish and appear behind her in the hallway, blocking her retreat,
Okay.
and is going to swing its morning star at her for a 2 on the die, which is probably not going to get
Probably
much.
not going to hit. No, if you want to save yourself some math, you're definitely not hitting.
Roshin is then going to stride really, flanking her.
It's not Marshall's in the flanking spot. Because it goes. I mean, yeah, I'll give it to you.
Yeah,
it's a really
it's like, how does
awkward
that-
hallway.
Yeah.
I'm also
Because
very
it's one of those
large,
like we
really.
play on a grid. Come on, we play on a grid. Stop doing this.
Okay. And two-hand this sword and just kind of go for a horizontal sweep, aiming at the neck. But again, that's not a very good one. So 17 plus 1, 18. That's not going to do anything, I don't
Yeah.
think.
It is not no.
And then she's going to put up a thing, Kosinch, and a magical shield will appear in front of her.
Can you see out of your golden majigger?
No.
Okay, cool. So, oh, that's visible from the other room. up behind it, you will see billowing smoke and fire starting to fill the hallway, swelling and almost clouding your golden duplicate from view as you hear what appears to be a whinnying horse and then a very angry hag noise.
Ah, a nightmare. Lovely.
Oh no, the return
No.
of Cemento.
Oh no, it is the return of Cemento.
It is going to take some swings at your little golden-majigger because it's there.
Is
It's
it
shiny.
using a disintegrate spell?
It is not,
It
no.
just passes harmlessly through it.
And then as that misses, it is going to start pushing its way up through this hallway.
So it does take up space, so I'll let you decide on
Then
how
it
that
will
works.
just kind of move past it, charging into the room here, I suppose, is probably the most way that'll work, because it's only half on this plane.
Okay.
It does kind of like ethereally charge.
It's like out of doors.
And as it rides in,
Anybody can get through a door.
up next to the Night Hag here, more tokens for the token throw.
Oh, that's a cool looking nightmare.
Super
That is
cool.
really
Look at
cool.
that
Yeah.
token.
That's the actual, like,
That's
bestiary
hot.
token art for a nightmare. It looks freaking great.
Let's see if I
You do your best. Oh, it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good up on the
Yeah,
camera.
look at
There you
that.
go. It's actually super freaking cool. Resume. You know, as this horse comes into the room, it is billowing smoke and ash around it, largely obscuring the southern half of the chamber. You can see into it, but everything is going to be concealed from you.
Can I still see the Night Hag?
Yes, it's concealed from you, but you can see it.
Does that mean I need a flat check?
Yeah, it's just concealed is the flat check.
5, right?
You're right.
Okay.
Hidden is the you can barely see them.
She will lock eyes with the Night Hag, and she will cast out Incorporis Mortis. And where normally a nightmare would appear in her mind, at this point, a dream will actually appear there. A dream.
You get a cursor with good dreams.
Yeah. Desna's likeness will appear in her mind, lulling everyone to sleep with good dreams, and I will cast Phantasmal Killer.
All right, give me your flat check. How do you ruin a Night Hag's day? Good dreams.
Good dreams.
With puffy clouds and kittens.
That's a 7.
Okay, so she is going to make a
Will
wave
save.
save.
I mean, I guess that's one way to kill
It's
her
going to
with
get a
diamonds.
38.
I try to do that all the time.
Wow.
Wow. That will definitely be a critical success.
So absolutely no
Absolutely
purchase as you try
nothing.
to reach out in her mind.
Good dreams have no effect. on
Good dreams have no
nightmares.
effect on
You
nightmares.
can't make me happy. You can't force me to be happy.
And with her last action, she'll actually shout out Inferno to the demon. It is clearly your loss here. Perhaps you should go back to your realm.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not friendly anymore. Okay. Well, now realizing you guys have no intention of being friends, he is...
I would still be on the ground, actually.
Yes, he
so,
hasn't gone that bit.
yeah.
He is going to move up around Buford, who admittedly does not seem to be posing him any kind of a threat, and you're the only one who really regards any capacity here. But these two in the doorway look like they could use a healthy helping of dead. So, from behind him, a bony tail is going to whip up, topped with a massive, almost scorpion-like stinger, and lash out 15 feet towards Trishik on the ground.
Nimble dodge.
Okie dokie.
First time I got to use it.
It's my favorite reaction.
That's a pretty neat reaction. Just like +2 to AC against thing is really useful. Are you just regular? Okay, yeah, literally everybody else in this account is elite, but you're just regular. Gonna be 29.
Exactly, with the nimble dodge.
So as he tags you with this little stinger, you are going to take 16 points of piercing damage, as it's large, but not like a huge sword, really. But it's gonna punch into you and dispense some searingly painful venom through your scales where it's penetrated, and I need a fortitude save.
You like to use poison as well. Very interesting.
All I did was tell it to go.
28.
It is poison if you have any kind of a bonus to that, 'cause I know you have a bunch of
Not
poison
yet.
stuff. Okay.
28.
28 will succeed. So he is going to lash one more time with the stinger for 21. That one's going to miss you.
Mm-hmm.
And then as that one kind of skitters across the floor into the corner of the wall behind you, we'll pull it back and then just flick the tail towards Resme, and shards of bone will loose from either side of it, flying out towards her
I will do nimble dodge now.
for a natural one. So yeah, those will just kind of shatter across the hallway and across the fingernail cage that you're still just kind of standing in, which is still there, even though the lady is dead. And Trishik.
All right, so I reckon I'm gonna scoop up my bow, and I'm gonna go to the ceiling.
Up we go. So you make your way up the wall to the corner of the ceiling 20 feet above.
Well,
The little flying
I
basey thingy.
reckon because I have 30 total with,
not.
with 2 actions.
It's cool.
It's over here, right? Yeah. So
It's
because
like
I've got
whoever
30
it's
feet,
closest to.
I'll get up on the roof and I'll go towards the middle of the room, just kind of getting a surveillance.
Okay, like kind of over towards Buddy, sort of?
Yeah,
Okay.
like directly over the middle of everything that's
You
happening.
are 100% positive that he can definitely reach you with his entire body. From
I'm not getting up there to avoid him.
Okay, fair. Just making sure we're all on the same page there.
Yes. With the scorpion tail, I was
Yeah.
fully prepared. He can probably still hit me. But they're in prime targeting range. No bodies between me and them necessarily.
Okay.
I'm trying to avoid the bat.
Yeah, that's fair.
I can't make bat bones bleed. That's it.
Oh, I was picking up your bow, right? That was
Yeah,
the third one.
bow and 2 moves.
Okay. So the Night Hag is going to turn, reaching out for this flaming smoke horse behind her, and in a deft motion, mount up on its back. And she is now riding this nightmare. And then as she gets up there, she is going to incant a further spell, Umbra Inspiration, and surge a line of what first kind of looks like slow rolling smoke that accelerates with a series of purple, almost crystalline blades rolling across the floor in a line through literally everybody but Resme. Oh, and Trishik, because he's on the ceiling. It looks like you're in a line on the map, but you're not. So, Buddy, Marshall, and Rasheen, I need either reflex saves or will saves.
I will take will save.
I'm gonna say reflex. Oh yeah.
26 will.
26 is going to fail.
35 reflex.
35 will succeed, so you dodge somewhat out of the way. You're only going to take half.
36 with critical success.
All right, so then you, as this hits you as you're the closest one, you realize that this is simply an illusion that she's conjured up, and willing yourself through it, it passes through you harmlessly before you get halfway out of the way and Buddy gets no way out of the way.
Well, I wasn't distracted. You're not distracted.
Yeah. You look in you look in her direction, but you got a giant stingy skeleton bat thing behind you that's being weird. Okay, so 33 points of slashing damage to Buford, and 16 points of slashing damage to Marshall. And then Buddy.
That seemed like a lot of damage to me. So, and I still think it's perfectly real. So I'm going to, can I make it, because now I've got fleet, can I make it to this square with this little diamond on it? 25?
Square with a little diamond on it. Oh, yeah, you can make it on 25.
Okay, so I'm going to run over here.
There's more beds.
Yeah, there is. And as I
tree.
get here, I'm going to drop my hammer and full shoulder into this horse, grab its front leg, and try and yank back, trying to trip the horse with the rider on it. totally work. Don't worry, guys.
Awesome.
It'll be super awesome if it does work. Okay, so I'm gonna drop this here.
Oh,
You got hero points.
0 points.
Okay, that 3 on the die. I think I
That
may
was
use
Cloud.
this.
Nightmare visible now. How neat is that? Arkenforge things are cool.
Okay, we trip it for sure. Ah, yes.
Nice.
We definitely trip it that time. Okay. So, 16 plus 19. Anybody get good with math?
35.
Yeah.
35 is going to succeed, but not critically succeed, as
Okay.
the horse is going to stumble down to one side, struggling to retain its footing, while the Night Hag stays perched atop.
Okay, and then so I'm going to try and keep that. Actually, no, I'm gonna raise my shield. I bring it down. I do as well as I can, and I'm going to just kind of, as I'm kind of kneeling there, brace behind my shield.
Alrighty, Marshall. Ooh. Roll me a concealment check
Okay,
before we move on.
13.
You're good. Marshall.
I'm gonna go ahead and psych myself up, give myself that temporary HP because I feel like I'm gonna need it later.
Yeah, probably yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk up to that Night Hag and take a swing at her.
Alright, give me a concealment check first, which is just a flat d20, because the smoke from the nightmare is kind of filling the area
It's a
pretty significantly.
very nice effect, by the way.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
pretty cool. I do
Ooh.
like that. All right, so I rolled a 16.
All right, and then as you were standing in this, though, you were kind of up a little bit above it. You're not quite. Make me a fortitude save as well.
A fortitude.
Yes, before you swing.
38.
If you're good. This smoke is acrid and burning as you breathe it in, but you're giant and don't care. So give me your attack. I am done asking you for things. You may swing now. Ah! Is this the horse or the rider?
The Night Hag itself.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna hit with a 35.
35 is absolutely gonna hit her.
Barely.
One of those,
hit.
like, if that doesn't do it, probably go home. So
Yeah, I was about to say I'm pretty
Is
sure that's
she
gonna hit.
flat-footed from being?
she is flat-footed from being on a stumbling horse, yes.
Aww, that happens sometimes.
That was a sad roll. 19,
Almost minimum
almost minimum
for the barbarian.
For a barbarian.
That's okay.
That's all my actions, I think. Because I
Psyched up and swung.
I moved too.
Oh, you did you?
You don't look like you.
No,
moved.
I don't think you
Doesn't look
did.
like you moved. No,
Oh,
you're
I
in
didn't.
range.
You
No,
wouldn't- yeah,
you're
you
no
wouldn't.
longer. They can't get far enough away from you.
Why not? I'll go
Make a
for
flat check before you swing again, just because the concealment.
Make a what?
The flat check. Just
Okay.
roll me d20 before you do the attack. For the
As long as
other
it's not a 5 or lower, you're fine.
It's a 7.
stuff. You're good. Yeah, it's
Okay.
literally just have to get a 5 or higher.
Okay.
It's like a 20%.
Well, I'll go ahead and take it -5 and go whack at it again.
Booley Hag.
Nope. If it.
Well, that's
actually
gone.
makes-
Bye, die.
It's gone. Oh, we're good.
And it's
There's
gone.
such a big box, guys. Such a big box.
So let's see.
I know. It's
that's-
like, look what we got.
I'm pretty sure that's not gonna hit because that's gonna be a 23.
That's not going to do it now.
I tried.
Rasheen,
Okay.
as you were
something.
right up close to this smoking horse as well, I need you to make me a fortitude save.
I thought you were about to say another something stumbles in from
Three
the.
more hags come in the door.
Why would Ed?
Ooh, that's not a very good fortitude
How big
save.
is this freaking coven?
I will give a
big.
hero point on that
I
fortitude
thought you
save.
said they were small.
That's decent. Probably not enough, though. 27.
27 will do it.
All right.
27's all right.
It's just
yeah,
a little
you,
smoky.
It's just this acrid smoke. It fills your lungs and it certainly burns.
Making
but,
my eyes water.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough to impact your fighting ability.
Right.
Beyond the concealment it's granting.
Concealment is probably a good idea right about now. Anfa Merige! And her symbol of Roshin is going to peel away from her tabard and unfurl into a massive banner which swirls around her, concealing her from sight. I have concealment now.
It's whiff o'clock, boys. Swing some fists.
Slap.
And Dark Lightning in the chat. I'll take this hero point right back out for Marshall. Can't be running empty just like your Horn of Ale. Gotta have
That's
at
it.
least something.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Much appreciated. It'll be useful later.
Immediately.
Resme, see if you can.
Next turn.
She'll say stuff which will get lost in the sound dampening distance.
No universe.
Unfortunately.
Here, yeah.
But her golden guardian is going to flash over to Trishik and crouch protectively around him.
On the ceiling.
Yes.
Can it fly?
I mean, it doesn't stand. It's insubstantial, so I suppose I can.
Fair enough.
It's a ghost.
So yeah, it's Ghost Machine flies up with her shield.
And then for the fourth action, just double hand her sword and just do for a swipe through the thing.
She's probably getting low on haste here because she cast that before chugging several more potions. So you would have come in, I'd probably down about like 2 rounds of haste, and it's a minute, right?
Yeah, it's 10 rounds, and I think we killed those hags in 2 or 3.
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah.
You probably got like 2 rounds left of haste.
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
2 to 3 rounds.
My rage wears off in 2 turns too.
Yeah, you're gonna get small.
Oh.
But you have like 1 or 2
Well,
more.
you ranged after
you have
you
like
get in.
4 rounds left.
Yeah.
Okay, never
I'll
mind.
give you a hero point for that swing.
Because I lost track too, so.
Yeah, but didn't expect the fight to keep going for so long.
I know, right?
They didn't expect the new party number 17 to show up and start participating.
That is only a 23.
23.
Yeah.
She is going to be able to dodge away from even.
I suppose I need a concealment check too, anyway, don't I?
Yeah, you can someone check anyway. Okay, dokie. So Beast Dose is Skeleton Man, and Skeleton
No,
Man.
Skeleton Man goes right before me.
Oh, this is Horse.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
the
Horse
nightmare.
is going to stand itself back up in the corner here because it's not a huge fan of
If only I had attack of opportunity.
being on the ground.
Attack of opportunity makes everything so much better.
And then it is going to turn, open its maw, flames licking out from inside, and bite down towards Buford because you knocked it over and it's grumpy about it.
Yeah, well, that makes
I
sense.
thought you were about to say and breathe the cone of fire.
I know. I was like,
We're all
I was
just
ready.
Dang, not again!
It's like, oh, is my hair out?
Good thing I'm resistant to fire.
You a 27.
And I was bracing. I'm still kneeled down, so most of my shield I'm braced already, so it doesn't hit.
And then it is going to rear up, lashing out with its hooves for a 20. Completely inanimate.
Now it's just posturing. It's not even like.
Resume.
Resme, seeing that the bony evil creature clearly does not want to go home back to its dimension,
Definitely looking at your cheek on the ceiling, pretty upset about it in general.
will
Taunting it from
call up Temporis and send out a wave of entropic energy at it, and it's going to need to give me a...
Fort save.
Wait, I thought that was...
Fort save.
It's
We
fort?
always confuse that
Yeah,
one.
I always get that one.
It's a physical body altering effect,
Yeah, it's
not a
actually like
mental
force
effect.
transmutation.
That's right.
Transmutation, not
It's transmute.
enchantment.
I always forget that.
You are literally slowing down this creature's physiology.
Okay, it's going to get a 25.
That is going to fail.
Hey!
So it is slowed 1 for 1 minute.
So,
Hot
For the
value.
foreseeable future.
yeah, it's slowed 1 forever. Then you got 1 action left.
I'm going to shield in case it decides to turn its lovely eyes to me.
Well, it is currently busy trying to destroy the thing on the ceiling. So, it's going
Nimble
to
dodge.
slam its stinger upwards, lashing at you for a 34.
Does not crit.
Does not crit. And we need a fortitude save from you once more as it continues just stinging away, and you can take 13 more points of piercing damage.
Roshin's avatar will throw its shield in the way, slowing the barb down significantly and taking 10 of that.
Okay, so take 3 points of piercing damage.
3?
3.
Okay. And I rolled a 30 for my save.
Yeah, you're fine. And then it is going to rear up on its hind legs and swipe up at you with a bony claw. For a 35.
Still doesn't
Actually
crit.
higher than the last one. And that just slap is going to hit significantly more impactfully than the stinger for 22 points of slashing damage. And then because he's slow, that's all he gets.
Again, the shield will take 10 off it off.
All right, Trishik.
Fixing my health.
Numbers are hard.
So many things.
I had to
going
keep changing it up and down because different things were happening.
Yeah.
on. Boop, boop, boop.
So, I'm going to look down at it and taunt it. Perhaps your poisons are not very strong. seem to be not worth my time. And
no.
I'm going to attempt to demoralize it with a taunt.
Okay, well, you get a hero point. This fight's going longer than expected. You should do something about it.
Yeah.
It
Didn't
doesn't
work.
bleed. It's
Well, that's probably because it's made of
bones.
bones.
So demoralize. Does
You know
not.
what's actually super funny?
What?
It's not technically immune to bleed.
What?
Well, if you ever hit it with an arrow, you'll
It is
find
a
out.
literal
Marrow.
skeleton, but it is actually
The
not
marrow
immune to
just
bleed.
seeps out. You're like, what?
That's a 16 to demoralize. Obviously, doesn't demoralize
Yeah,
it,
no.
but I'm just taunting it. And then I'm going to go skitter 15 feet across everything else, putting Marshall between me and it.
Oh, around this side, I see.
Oh.
There's some distance. Fair enough.
He's going for speed.
And then I'm going to go ahead and put my knife away.
Okay. And then the hag, up on its mount once more, is going to incant another spell. Umbra Inspiration! Putting her hand up as this purple mist kind of wells up in her hand, and she just holds it up, and it explodes, erupting in a wash of fire over everybody. And
Even me?
not you, obviously. Everybody but you. And I need the people that are anywhere near the Night Hag to make a reflex save.
A reflex save, not
Reflex
a will
or a
save.
will save.
I will take a will save.
Reflex.
Oh, nice.
Nat 20.
So I got a 31 on reflex. I'm
And I
assuming
got
I
this. You'll
succeed.
take-
Yeah, you succeed.
Evasion.
29 will.
That's going to fail. You're going to take full.
30 will.
That's going to exactly succeed.
Critical success.
So only natural 20, evasion, whatever your thing is. Only
Iron
Buford
will.
is taking any damage. And,
That's
three critical successes and a failure by 1.
With the fire, it just like barely cinches my beard. I'm just like,
So Buford will feel that energy come into him, and I'm going to attempt to counteract that with Shadow Siphon, and I counteracted it 2 higher for this attempt. So you're going to count my counter
Is
as
it a
2 higher.
reaction?
It's a reaction.
Okay.
It's called Shadow Siphon.
Okay.
it like
Shadow
drops.
Siphon.
It drops the effective level of the attacking spell, and it I think halves the damage because you
Correct.
suck away part of the energy into the shadow plane.
Okay.
That's
nice.
going to... Wow. Okay. That is going to be a 17 plus 17, which is going
That'll
to
succeed.
be... Okay.
It's 34, I believe.
Okay, perfect. So half of the energy that went into you is actually going to bleed away as if it were only a dream. So how much damage?
So you take 14 then if it's out. 14 points of fire.
Did it also lower the effective level?
No, it
It does.
It doesn't lower the effective level. It's just I am countering it at
As
2
to the
levels
highest.
Two
higher.
levels higher.
Oh, that's
So-
your advanced
so
level.
you'll,
Correct.
That way.
So you take 14 points of fire damage instead.
Okay.
That's a lot better than the alternative.
And then she is actually going to kind of lean down from her mount towards Buford, who knocked her horse over, and just
They're still on that.
yeah, leaning almost all the way over. I mean, you haven't done anything to her, so she's not bothered with you yet. She's actually going to
Offended.
open her mouth, her jaw almost unhinging, and just try to bite you.
Please no.
That was horrifying. Your jaw unhinged like a snake.
You looking for hero points? Or villain
20.
points?
I have one. I was looking for math. 29.
And that's not. I'm still kneeling, and so I've got a really good angle just to block.
Fair enough. Buddy, you were.
Well, I'm still kneeling, and this horse rears up, and as it rears up, I'm going to.
I need you to make me force save for this move. Because it's when you start your turn, so you actually didn't get it last turn.
Okay, well that's an 18 on the die.
I'm sure you're fine.
It's a 38.
we're
You're
beefcakes.
fine.
Yeah. So as it's rearing, as it swipes down, I'm going to try and kind of brace against that shoulder and just bring it down. Just gonna try and
Trip the horse.
Come down here, horse.
get down here. Oh, that's also not very good. Well, it's too bad. You know, if only I had a whip. It's so much easier. So that's a 23.
So I have to say again, do you have a free hand?
Yeah, because I dropped the hammer.
Oh, you
She got the hammer,
Okay, yeah. 23 is not going to succeed though.
Yeah. Although that would have been the concealment check, so it still wouldn't have succeeded, I guess. Either way, so I'll roll the
I did
concealment
forget
check
there's
first.
concealment for grip.
There's not.
Yeah, I forgot there's
Oh,
concealment.
there is. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna roll another concealment.
Okay.
6
That's higher than 5.
That is.
So,
that
you know,
is.
you're
And I'm
good.
going to try and, like, as it's rearing, it's hard to get a hold on it, but I'm going to try again.
A little better.
A little better. So, minus 5, 8, so 27
To trip it.
to trip it.
That is exactly enough to bring it down.
Yes.
Again.
Actually tripped it twice. It and its rider may have taken a total of 0 damage, but they have been tripped twice. So
Well, I'm doing a good job.
we're getting there.
And then, as my third action, I am going to I'm still kind of
Oh, no,
hunkered
Marshall
down,
left
and I'm going to raise my shield again.
Marshall's actually whapped the Night Hag a couple times.
Yeah.
Marshall.
So, actually, what I'm going to do is the Night Hag is on the ground too with the horse, I would presume.
Yeah, she's flat-footed as well.
Okay.
Just sit on them.
I thought about that.
me.
Don't tempt me. I was gonna be smart and just literally just pick her up and try to grapple her that way, but like,
Okay, you can try and grab her.
I'm not gonna lie, the sitting idea is tempting. But no, I'm gonna stick to my original plan. Got me here, you.
So, letting go your axe with one hand, you reach out and give me a concealment check. Reach into the smoke here.
6.
That's
It's
higher
enough.
than 5.
All right.
It's a
Okay.
consistent recurring theme. We're learning counting here.
All right.
today.
So would this be like a
This is athletics.
athletic? Oh,
Yeah, you're just grabbing.
athletics.
Grabbing is athletics versus her fortitude DC.
Yeah. It's 30.
30 will not do it.
Really?
Nope.
To grab her.
Nope.
Wow. Okay, so
She's slippery.
apparently she's slippery. I'm like, okay.
It is very quick and surprisingly powerful.
Well, that was my one action. Okay, well, just axe.
So, if you need a free hand to grab her, if you let go to grab on her, you can do that for free. But re-gripping two-handed on your axe is another action.
Well, I'm not moving, so I might as well.
Yeah, then you can get your third to be a swing.
Yeah, I might as well. If she won't stay still, then I'll just smack her.
Minus 5, because the grapple is an attack.
I'm gonna.
We need a concealment too, so what is that?
5.
Oh,
5 is 5.
well, I was.
So that passes concealment.
Okay.
yeah.
Keep your hero point.
Well, I'm attacking.
You might need it.
Yeah,
We'll
you
see
might
what-
still
Yeah.
use it, but
Oops.
and
Box
we're
is
gone.
so big. It's so big.
How do you fail at this?
It like bounced out. I'll just use the other one. I'm still gonna spin my hero.
Yep.
That was terrible.
We tried to preserve it.
Oh, jeez. I am so sorry. It just keeps flying on me. I'm gonna just do it low. There we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of low,
That was terrible. Yep, nope, I do not hit.
You fell to grab her and try to swing at her.
She's
Rush
slippery,
in.
man.
I assume your thing you kind of just follow it along with
it will fall along, but I have to sustain it right now and reassign it. Let's see. Trishik seems to be moving to cover. That's a good thing. She's going to refocus it, and the avatar is going to flit over to Resme and guard in front of her.
Oh, hello.
Unfortunately, there's no snarky expression on the avatar's face or anything.
Okay.
Can I, if I move to the side of it in the hallway, can I get a flank off on it, or is that not possible?
You'd have a flank, but it'd have cover, so it'd be evened out for you, but give it. I mean, it's prone anyway, but
Yeah, it's put anyway right now, but it's probably going to get up next turn, I'm
it is
imagining.
almost certainly going to get up.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Oh, so that's interesting. So if it's riding the nightmare, do I have to be on the same side as the medium token, or if I can hit the nightmare, I can hit the rider?
They're basically considered to occupy the same space.
Okay.
For flanking and whatnot, just for simplicity's sake.
All right. I'm just going to stay where I am. That's probably
Fair
simpler.
enough.
So, tick on that. I've got my whirling scarves up. I've got heroism. Okay. Let's go ahead and try to swing at it. So many moving parts.
So many buffs.
Yeah. Two hand up and try to swing down for a natural one.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Nobody can hit anybody.
I
Yep.
know, this is terrible. Actually, that would be a concealment check, which automatically fails anyway.
Still fail.
Do I need a fortitude save, by the way?
No, because you've made.
Because I made it already. Okay, perfect. So let's just try again.
Concealment check.
Concealment check.
This is like a level
Oh,
1
I
encounter.
missed
but
the
it's
concealment check.
It's like a level 1 encounter. It's just happening at level 9.
It's amazing.
It went from a 1
Slap,
to
slap,
a 2.
slap, 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 slap.
First concealment, 1. Second
Like
concealment, 2.
nobody can hit anybody.
Cousin, she'll put up her shield spell.
Alrighty. The nightmare is gonna stand up and
Only.
Wait, the nightmare's gonna stand up?
yes.
Oh, I thought the hag was the nightmare for some. I was thinking it's gonna stand up on the horse's
Stand up on
back.
top of the horse.
Yeah.
I am ready to battle.
Well, the horse is
And
still
just
laying there like
T-pose.
flailing.
It pulls itself up again, bites once more towards Buford with a actually much better roll than usual. Not complete garbage. 36.
And that'll hit.
I'm pretty sure my statistical average on a d20 is like maybe 4.5 today, just to let everybody know. I can't hit anything.
Well,
I mean, ours is not good
can
either.
I. Yeah.
This works for you guys.
And I'm
it
gonna
is-
brace into it with my shield here.
Alrighty. It's gonna bite you for 18 points of damage. And you are also, Iomadian that you are, going to feel this racking darkness for an additional 2 points of evil damage.
You're Iomadian.
And that's
Aww.
kick you.
No.
Kick you with the feet,
Okay.
which is certainly not hitting. Resume.
Resume will look over and see that she's sitting on a horse and not moving and shout out Iacto and cast agitate on her, so now she has
Get
to
off the
either
horse.
get off the horse and stride or take damage every time.
Make me a concealment check.
My d20s have all disappeared. There
They
they
all
are.
go into the same place. See, right where that one went.
Well, that is an 18.
Okay, and then she gets this.
If only we had a dice box or something.
Yeah, if only.
Yeah.
I don't know. They worked so well for me.
She's gonna get a 33.
Jesus. Yeah, we'll say things do
Not a
work
critical
on her.
success.
It's not a critical
Right,
success. So she will have it for one round, so she has to move or take
Yep.
damage.
There you go. One action.
Apparently, she's good at athletics too.
With my last action, I will just cast shield.
Okay.
Things of fortitude to resist the
Oh, yeah.
Skeleton Man is gonna move up towards Resume in the hallway here, lashing out with his stinger as he approaches, stabbing towards this weird Roshin thingy for 29.
Won't help.
You
Not
have to,
lashing towards the Roshin thing?
Well, I mean towards the Roshin and Resume. It's not
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Okay.
I'm just gonna. That's fine. It'll hit.
Okay, and that's going to give you a sting for 21 points of piercing damage.
So yeah, the avatar will soak 10, so it goes down to 11.
And you need a fortitude save.
Wait a minute. My fortitude saves are actually pretty good right now.
Oh yeah, Juggernaut mutagen. Oh, and I'm out of haste.
That's going to be a 27.
That person will succeed. And then as he comes in close, he's going to reach up and just bring his clawed hand down towards you for not hitting. Trishik.
well, I have 3 actions and 3 enemies.
Okay.
So I'm going to
observations that are
pull
correct.
3 arrows and plink, 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 trying to tag each of them with the bleeding arrows.
Okay.
So the first one at the skeleton that I want to pay attention to me.
Stupid skeleton. Stupid hands and a stupid stinger.
I thought that you and I had something special. Why are you looking away? 29.
29 will hit it.
All right, so he takes
So is he your bow dagger?
8 damage, and he's now bleeding.
Didn't take any damage. The arrow is going to glance harmlessly off the bones.
I don't actually know if that applies on hitting
It
them or
does not.
doing
You have to do
damage.
damage.
Okay.
You can't make him bleed with an attack that is 0 damage. He is resistant to piercing attacks.
So then follow up on the nightmare, or the night hag, and then the nightmare.
The horse is the least
So,
important thing here.
Concealment,
Yes. It's just.
that's a 3. I missed the night hag.
I'm gonna be here until midnight.
Concealment, 11.
Fast concealment.
So rolling at a +9. So that's a 17.
Yep.
So I missed the horse.
That is not gonna do it.
We are a group that can do things.
Neither of us are hitting
This
anything.
is actually an amazing level 1 encounter.
And
Like,
we came in and we were just the crack kill team, and we
It's gonna-
took out those hags, and then
Yeah.
this is happening. We're just.
I mean,
It's going to be significantly worse in 2 turns when things
I
start
think-
to run out.
Yeah.
Right.
we all are good luck
John
in the first
Mutigens fall
round
off
with
of-
just one-shotting that.
So she is again, jaw still unhinged and already kind of down to the side. Gonna take another biting swipe towards Buford.
I mean, my mutagens last for 10
I
minutes,
can't
so that's
roll.
not
I
going
literally
anywhere.
cannot roll above a 5, so that's not going to hit you. And then since
I'm in a really defensible position right here. So
that's definitely what it is, yeah.
Yes.
So she can't get down. She can't get around your shield from up on the back of the horse here. So she is going to pull her hands together, Visagitum, and just dash down 2 pairs of bolts of energy towards you. For 10 points of damage, and
Maybe.
then 6 points of damage, so 16 total.
And then she takes mental damage.
Yep.
And then Buddy.
Okay.
Roll that.
Well, I don't feel like I'm doing much over here.
Giant horse over repeatedly.
It's
That
not
seems to be
doing much
effective.
over here.
She
It's
can
okay.
take 7 mental damage, though.
Right, okay. She takes no damage. You feel like she is very resistant to mental damage.
Interesting. Okay.
She's completely unbothered by your agitate.
Fun. Good to know.
This is the fight that never ends.
Can you imagine if we went to the bottom room first? Jeez, we thought we had a bad time with the
It'll
tree.
be the whole street when it isn't fighting this stupid
Yeah.
Night Hag and her horse that nobody can hit.
To hell
And I
with
can't
us.
hit you either, so I can't even like kill you guys. Nobody can do anything.
I hit it once. At
You
least
did, it was
once.
very
You did hit the Night Hag once. Have whapped it once.
Well, I'm getting practiced now.
For like 19 is what my
So
paper
I'm
says.
gonna do it one more time and try and get this horse to
Concealment,
concealment 7.
higher than 5.
Come on, dice. 20. 28 actually.
28
I actually thought that was.
Oh!
Okay.
Take one for the team.
So his horse like, stop it!
Okay, so now that
Wildly scrambling on its side.
it's tripped, I
Stop
guess
tripping me!
I'm going to, with my shield, I'm going to raise my shield and I'm just going to smash, just kind of like lean forward and smash my shield into the horse and do
Shield bash.
shield bash. Because I don't have a hammer right now. I do, but it's on the ground. Okay, so that's I'm going to get the -5, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a 24.
24 is exactly its
Ah, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby!
Put damage on the horse.
Don't worry, it's
We're on the board, everybody.
1d4
It's not D6?
plus 6. No, it's actually d4.
Oh, okay.
So it's 2 plus 6. That's 8 damage right there.
8 points of damage to the horse.
Damn a hugway.
And as the horse is on the ground getting pulled out, you will hear it speak in Infernal. Calamite, are you incompetent? End him! As it's scrambling to stand back up and just screaming devil speak to all of you that you can just barely hear in the distance.
It sounds a little hoarse.
Marshall, the horse seems to be the weakness. We can attack it.
We can hit the horse!
Oh, so go for the pony. Okay.
Marshall,
Hi. At the horse. Look at my horse. It is hopefully dead. Yes, it's
Hey, that's
gonna
good.
be very much dead. That is a. I can math. I swear. 34.
give me a concealment check.
Oh
Do you have a hero point?
no, I don't.
Oh boy.
That was a crit, but you missed because the smoke, though.
Always roll the concealment first.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot.
I
I forgot about the
yeah.
concealment.
Well,
Your
no,
first
no, no.
swing, while massive, comes thundering down on what you're pretty sure are a horse. But as the smoke kind of billows up from your swing, you see it's just way
That was so painful.
wiggle away to the side.
And that's not it's not a
I'm
rule
so
to
mad
roll.
about that.
It's not a rule to roll concealment first. It's just you get
Yeah, it's
sad.
just- you
Yeah,
get
it's just
the
the
crit
sadness.
Well, I guess I have to do it again because I'm gonna.
Concealment.
You almost rolled a natural 20 that would have been a miss because of your concealment.
Okay.
I got that.
All right.
Okay,
Better than five. Now we do the
Now
second.
here's the
20.
natural 20.
20.
Come on.
All right, minus
Give
5
it,
because
give it.
2.
that's
Somewhere in between?
23 because my math is bad. Yeah, 23.
23 is not gonna hit it.
We are literally like.
You know what? I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna grapple the horse at this point.
The grab was at a -10 because it is an attack.
Doesn't
Give me a
matter.
concealment.
Actually, I have expert brawler too, or expert. Or,
Still at a -10.
oh,
But give me your concealment first.
Nope.
no, I don't see anything.
Friggin' smoke! Help! I am blind! The smoke is in my eyes!
Get Over here.
Rasheen.
Well, I'm back to being nothing, and I only have 2 turns left till I shrink.
You still have 2 more turns of raging, I think. You guys said last turn, so
Yeah,
My
I literally, I've been keeping track.
Oh, you've been keeping
I
track?
got 2 turns left.
Yeah, I'm out of haste, so
Are
that
you
makes
out of
sense.
rage?
2 turns. Well, I can't rage again for another minute.
If you're done raging, you shrink immediately.
No,
because
2
the
turns.
shrink-
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, he has 2 more turns of rage
The
left.
shrinking
I have 2
requires
more
you
turns
the,
of
the giantness requires you to be
Yeah,
raging. You got 2 turns to kill him. Come on, we gotta get some hits in here. Rasheen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna focus on that spiritual guard and keep a guard on Resme, and just 2-hand this, and just try to smash down at this blasted stupid horse.
Come on, guys.
Fail the concealment check.
You know what?
It's a 20% chance!
This one's going.
Tell that to the dice.
Second attack, pass the concealment check
Yeah, baby. Do it.
for a 17 on the die.
Woo!
There you go.
We're hitting.
We're in there.
We there.
29.
That hits.
29 hits it.
Get rid of this stupid person.
We in there.
All right, let's see. 9 and 6, 15.
Oh, baby.
And it's bleeding if it can.
It can. Like, it's corporeal enough to bleed.
Glorious.
It's gonna stand up.
Like it does.
It's gonna stand up off the ground.
I'm just imagining Buford never lets go of the leg, and it's just this constant
That's
scrabbling
exactly
up and
it.
down.
He's just holding on
That's
to
why
it.
it's so hard.
Wrestle it down.
That's why it's so hard to hit me, because I'm basically attached to it. So
And it's going to just bite down on Buford again, just trying to get a good
There
old
you
chomp.
go. Nom, nom,
Holy
nom, nom.
crap, that is a number with 2 digits?
oh my goodness.
Impossible. 35.
35 will hit.
And as he bites into you, you are going to take 22 points of piercing damage and an additional 6 evil, so 28 total. And then he's going to try to kick you. Which probably doesn't hit, but might. 30 even.
That does not. It just impacts the shield, and it's like a really loud clang, but just not any real damage.
And it is going to call out again, Calamite! Slay this fool! Rearing up, clearly agitated, sort of throwing the Night Hag around. It's infernal, so none of you understand it except Resme, who can just kind of barely hear it in the distance over this little clattering of the occasional bone stinger coming in. But the horse is clearly getting pretty agitated. Resme.
Resme will say in Inferno, your friend is clearly unhappy with your performance, and cast out Ventus and Friga, and cast a cone of cold at the bone thing in front of her because she's just sick and damn tired of it. So it needs to give me a reflex save.
Go away, Bone Man. Okay, he is going to get a 38.
Are you kidding me right now?
Well, you saved us rolling dice, I guess.
Okay.
Quickly flattening himself down to the ground like a rat as the cold air just blows over him harmlessly. Freezing his leathery black wings, he pulls together to protect himself.
This fight is just like pointless.
I
Shield.
think it's funny that slow does not affect your reflex save, and also
I know, I've always thought that was funny too.
very fast. Well, he is from the ground going to shoot up this stinger towards you again
Gonna try to dodge.
for a 39.
Well,
I rolled a big number.
On the squishiest person in the party.
because of nimble dodge. No, I don't think it helps me. No, it
That's
doesn't.
still
No,
a
that's
crit.
still a crit. Luckily, I still have most of my hit points left.
Yeah, you're going to get the stingus.
This
but-
is also a pretty weak attack.
Yeah, it's also not a very powerful attack. It's going to hit you for 38 points of piercing.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's actually not
Strong.
horrible.
So I'll soak 10 of that with the Guardian.
Oh, that's even better.
And your fortitude save.
Give me a minute.
Come on, poison bone scorpion, poison somebody. Come on, you do one thing.
If we can't hit your pony, you can't poison us.
That's going to
Straight
be a 26.
Poison someone, you stupid scorpion! He's gonna slap you with his hands. Ooh, the big numbers are coming out now. So, 30, 33 is the total.
33?
33 to hit.
That's just a normal.
And that is going to catch you for 15
So
points of slashing damage.
So 10 points are going to get soaked by the shield, and then the avatar is going to shatter into motes of light.
So 5 points of slashing damage.
Thank
So
you.
we're left exposed here. Trishik.
It's hard to tell what I'm looking at with their icons in the way.
There's a pile of horse in front of you. They're both there. And the bone devil's behind you.
And there's a
Yeah.
lot of smoke.
There's a lot of smoke.
Like, I couldn't tell what this room right here in front of him looked like.
Apparently we can't either.
Yeah,
because
no,
Yeah.
nobody can
We're
see
just
that,
inept.
obviously.
Well,
Gotta get rid of that horse.
I think that hallway's not flanking, right?
No.
Yeah, so I'm going to move across the ceiling to directly in the where the hallway would be.
Kind of above it.
Yep, and then I'm going to drop.
Okay. You just fall onto the ground.
Yep,
You fall
just-
20 feet.
Yes,
Okay.
catfall.
Cat fall. You fall 20 feet.
Yep, fall 20 feet,
Landing
land,
on the ground.
and then skirmish strike. I'm going to roll out of the land, bringing my knife across the ankles of the horse as I do so, or my claws,
Go
into the hallway.
Okay.
So concealment. That passes with the 6.
Aha! Higher than 5.
Yeah.
We've established that one. We did figure that one out.
And then I'm going to attempt to give him some claws. And I'm not flanking, which sucks.
You should be flanking with Buford, right? Or no?
You are, but it's got cover, so it's a wash.
Matters for the.
It matters for sneak
Matters- you
attack.
do have sneak attack, yeah.
So that's a 29
29 will hit it.
or 28.
28 will still hit it.
Okay, because that's not my bow.
Your
So
hands.
yeah, this is my hands. So sneak attack.
Yeah. With my little lizard
So-
claws.
17, because I have the weapon thingy. So 17, and he's enfeebled 1. And then we're going to swipe again.
That's move, drop, skirmish strike.
I didn't know if dropping was an action.
Dropping is its own action,
Okay.
for sure. So the Night Hag up on its back is going to scream back at an infernal.
Should I roll a fortitude save?
It's when you start your giant
Okay.
smoke. So you're actually fine. I was gonna yell back in infernal. What is it you think that I am doing? Vestigate him! And throw 3 pairs of magical force bolts down to Buford. Using her whole turn to just pew 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 pew. You are going to
That's like
take
the only way she'd have.
10
Okay.
and then 9.
Are these? I know they're force. Are these things that I can shield block?
You can't shield block spells without.
Okay.
If you had a shield spell, you could shield block.
Oh,
them.
okay.
Yeah, because we
For some
Oh,
reason.
right.
discovered via the spell that lets you block spells
right,
that you
right,
can't
right,
block
right,
spells.
Okay, I kind of remembered, and I.
So 19
Okay.
and then 9 again, so 28 points of force damage as 6 bolts continue just fountaining down from this rider into you as she just repeatedly casts magic missile because she can't hit you in any other way. Buddy,
1 second. Just
the secret is at will 3rd level magic missile.
I'm actually gonna start throwing that out. Sad as it is.
So, Buddy's looking pretty rough around the edges.
Slowly getting worn down by a billion
Slowly
tiny
getting
missiles.
worn down to 1 health. Slowly at 1 health.
Maybe Roshi needs to pay attention to you.
I'm going to just draw a real quick kind of a poultice for that force damage and try and battle
But
medicine
they're still
myself.
hitting you, like it's like
Okay,
physical
yeah.
damage.
So they're so I'm going to try and diffuse some of that force. Maybe roll a battle medicine.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure what force is. So that's so 8 health with that, and
you
then
need to roll the battle medicine.
Oh, I do. Okay. I was thinking
It's
lay
a
on
DC
hands.
15 unless you
Yeah,
roll
you
hard
gotta not
one.
roll a 1.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, well, fortunately, I beat the DC 15. So I got 8 health back, and then I'm going to, as I'm putting this,
Just mopping his brow off with a handkerchief.
yeah, and then as I do that, I'm going to like kind of clutch up my chest and kind of murmur a prayer, and use lay on hands too.
You get 30 health back.
So yeah, so 38 health back.
And the hag just screams out, "No! Just let me kill you!"
I just laugh at the hack like you can't take my buddy down.
Marshall.
I'm gonna go straight for the pony. With grab.
Pony is okay. Grab pony.
Grabbing the pony because I'm tired of this thing. Concealment first.
I was about to catch you there.
The 20.
20.
Well, it passes concealment.
I'm taking it anyway. I don't care. Grabbing the pony. I am going to grab the pony with a 27.
27 exactly grabs the
I grabbed the pony.
That also forces the pony into the nearest adjacent square available,
which is
doesn't
nowhere
it?
available, so it doesn't move. So as you grab,
I was
hold of
wondering
this
how that
thing's
would work.
mane, you're kind of reaching out over Oshin here, you go with a hand on it.
I'm tired of this.
Just,
Just try to coup de grace it if I can. Minus.
No.
well, you're grabbing it.
Oh, I'm
you're
grabbing
like you got it sure.
Oh, okay.
You're like you got it.
Oh, okay,
You're
I'm
you got it
grabbing it.
grabbed.
Darn. Okay.
You're not like picking it up and carrying.
Okay, so I'm just holding it in place right now, right?
Yeah, basically, you're kind of holding
Can
it where it is.
can I still smack it?
You
or-
can absolutely still.
Oh
smack
yeah.
it, yeah.
Just gonna try and smack it when I.
Yeah, you get -5, but it's flat-footed.
I don't care, yeah,
so, you
exactly.
can just hold it and just beat it with your
That's
hand.
the idea. I was
That's
like.
the power of the flexible 1-2 direct.
Yep.
You can let go and just beat it with one hand.
Exactly. What is that? A 2?
I think
That
that's
is a
I
1.
think that's not
I
concealment,
missed.
what that is.
Oh,
That's also missing.
Yeah, that's oh yeah, that's right. Even if I'm holding it.
It's still concealed. There's-
Oh, okay. Well, I don't see it. so-
It's still like thrashing around. You still got one action left.
Oh, I
Just
thought that
give
was.
it a third leg.
Oh, okay.
Just concealment,
So
and then if you pass
concealment. That's not good. Wow.
that- Holy crap! You had to get a 5.
You got a 4.
I got 4, dude. This
What's
concealment.
happening?
This concealment.
We learned
is
today
terrible.
Marshall was allergic to smoke. Clearly.
Yeah. Yep.
Ah, but I got
That's
the
why he left the forge.
maybe. But I at least have it. So
You do have it. You hold on.
I'm like, I got the pony.
Roshin.
Pretty
So
much.
she kind of feels a pop in the back of her head as her guardian it dissipates, and she's gonna kind of look back over and see our squishy sorceress by herself facing down a giant bone demon. And then she's gonna look over to Buddy, who is kind of gasping and on his
He's
knees.
like clutched.
Krasach! And the red mist that's been pooling on the floor is going to again flow up into your armor as she channels a powerful heal.
Much appreciated. Ooh, very powerful heal.
Alright, yeah,
Jeez.
10, 25, that's going to be 28 plus 8 times 5 is 40. You're going to get 68 health back.
Ooh, that
Ooh.
is spicy.
That is spicy.
You have 5 more rounds of magic missile.
And then and then Roshin is going to turn on her heel and just sprint as far as she can. She's not going to make it quite in front of Resme, but she's going to make it right in front. And as she goes, this is actually the first time she hasn't swung her sword, and you're going to kind of just see her face almost get sunken, and her skin just get kind of pale and ashen as she is as starts breathing a little heavily.
And as the nightmare here, this Buford just pretty much restored his own prayer with Roshin's magic perfectly fine. As he
It doesn't have to stand up this time.
grabbed on. No, he's already standing. Grabbed onto. By,
Oh, he's also being held by a giant dwarf.
by this stupid dwarf holding. He is going to attempt to get away from the dwarf, which is going to be versus your athletics DC, which I'm pretty sure is 29. That's just your athletics plus 10.
Yeah, 29.
He's going to get.
You're an asshole.
I mean, that's the first natural 20 I've gotten
You're
literally
kidding me.
all day.
I mean,
on!
it
I've
doesn't
swung
do anything.
like 80
I
times.
know.
And the first natural 20 is just freaking writhing
I know,
away
it's just an
from the
insult. I feel awful because you've tried so
I would much
hard.
rather.
I tried so hard to do something.
I would much
pulls
rather he
himself
wastes
away.
his natural 20 doing that.
He pulls
know.
himself away and rears up, pulling the Night Hag back away and almost off balance from Buford as further, as more spells ripple out from the actual Nightmare's mouth. Planum subsinctus! And the Night Hag just yells at Infernal, no! What? And they both just disappear.
I'm just like sitting there going.
They are tired of these shenanigans.
So I literally look at Buddy during this, and I'm like, what just happened?
You're asking the wrong fella.
Magic lady, what just happened?
She's still got that thing in front of her.
That
I'm
is
busy.
still there. That is definitely still there. That thing is still upsetty. Stinging around, but it definitely does, notice
Notice
I mean,
that
the
it's by
giant
itself.
smoke cloud
that
has just
literally
suddenly
everybody else has disappeared and he's the only one left in the room.
Wait, the other bodies disappeared too?
Well, the giant dead hag.
Okay.
I mean,
is still there.
the things we killed are still there.
I would be very
Like-
concerned.
Well, in Infernal, now that your friends are gone, I see no reason for us to keep fighting. Why don't we just sit down and you tell me what's happening?
We haven't
Yeah,
actually
it is my
hurt,
turn.
Okay.
we haven't actually hurt this thing yet, have we?
Yeah.
He has taken 0 damage. He is completely unharmed. He's gonna turn Hiroshi and stumbling over, almost just out of pure vindictive spite. He's gonna sting you. He sees you kind of stumbling.
I have a concealment check.
Recognizes you as the golden thingy. Concealment check. He passes.
He needs a 6
Oh,
because
he's
I'm a
still
missed
passive.
child.
Well, you got a 17. So
So that's
I'm
good.
thinking he's
yeah,
alright.
That works.
I'm pretty sure
He's
that-
solid.
That's the concealment.
Could you run that by me again? You got a what?
And then he is
not
just
sure that
going
quite beats
to
a 6.
sting down at you for a 38.
38 will critical me. Her guard has gotten sloppy, and it's just going to kind of smash right into her.
And taking full advantage, he's going to hit you also for 38 points of piercing damage.
Okay, 38 points of piercing damage. She'll kind of, Gilles das will schach! And if he can bleed, his shoulder where she hit Roshi and got hung will mirror on him and explode outward with a fountain of blood?
Marrow.
Let's go with marrow. Yeah, I feel like bone
very
marrow
chunky.
is
I'm pretty sure it's spite.
probably the most accurate thing that's going to happen. You have
Are you sure it's
fewer-
not salt? 'Cause
Yeah,
I think
it's salt. At this point, it might be.
His shoulder just cracks open, spilling this dark marrow off his bones. He looks almost confused to his shoulder. Is that persistent damage? Or
That is persistent
the
damage.
thing Selwyn does. I know this one. Blood Curse. I know this one.
It's a Blood Vendetta.
Blood Vendetta, that's it. He is going to look down to you.
Come on.
He's going to look
We're not.
over
Let's
to
go.
you and
Let's
next to the
talk.
people.
They're not.
Right, show you on one. And disappear as well.
Oh, cool. Well, that went well.
So
I think that we just chased off a coven with sheer persistence and stupidity.
I mean, isn't that like our normal thing that we do?
at that point, I just drop my axe and shrink back down normal. I'm like, I'm just gonna take a nap. Because that was literally my last turn
know-
of rage, and I immediately become exhausted after a while.
He just falls off, shrinks down, and just kind of falls face first off of the corpse of this giant hag that's still there.
Have you noticed how pretty I look today?
You're gorgeous.
Oh, good. I thought you might say that.
You want D8s?
Yes, please.
The one surviving hag now without a coven. Well,
Oh, the nightmare left, but the hag stayed?
Oh, good.
no, she is definitely gone.
Oh,
because she
okay.
No,
doesn't
they're
get
both-
a
they're
say.
all gone.
Yeah, she doesn't get a say. When the nightmare plane shift, it's right, her plane shift. Like, she doesn't even get a say.
She's like, wait, no!
She's like, no, no, no!
Like the horse was like, I'm done with this, man.
You can take
He's cool.
26 points of health back.
I will happily take that.
I mean, I think that's the most appropriate.
And
Like,
if you
I
wanna
ever
do it
roleplay
again?
a horse-shaped monster.
I
So
like
just
that.
freaking
I'll
out and running away and bolting to another dimension.
It was finally starting to get
It was
hurt.
pretty hurt. The
Yeah.
nightmare was actually really hurt, and clearly nobody was going down. It's like, nope, I'm not dying here.
I swear,
Like,
if that
Deuces.
concealment actually passed, I'm pretty sure that would have ended it.
Oh
it
yeah.
very well might have. But with that, you still have your see invisibility up, so you know it didn't just turn invisible.
Yeah.
Like it's
just
not
gone.
there.
It's gone. Yeah.
It leaves the rest of you here in this room in various states of exhaustion and injury, but with what appears to be the portal here before you. What is almost certainly the back end of Dreamgate. What exactly is on the other side of this thing, which apparently has been occupied by a very angry coven of hags, which is no longer occupied by a very angry coven of hags?
Currently, I mean, it's still.
Is it really a coven when there's only one of them left?
I guess not anymore, no.
I mean,
It's
we're
now
not
just a
absolutely
hag.
Sure
It's just
there
an
was only-
oven now.
there's,
She has to go
50
find
more.
her. She
No,
has to
there's
go
always
find
3.
new friends.
Haglor.
Gotcha.
Haglor, there are
No.
always 3. Which raises an interesting question to you, because there was a 4th in the entryway.
There
That's
was.
true.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Interesting in and of itself. But another thing that
She
we
got
need to be
replaced.
She drew
investigating
the short straw.
next
Now
week.
there's 4 of us. One of us has to be crucified.
Sorry, I don't make the hag rules, but as the coven leader, I will hag enforce them.
I think that's called haggling.
No wonder they're nicknamed Karens.
Now get up on the wall.
We haven't crucified anyone today.
We'll have to find out what literal 2-hour sprawling combat that certainly should have ended within 4 or 5 rounds. We can get locked in next week. I cannot believe
Polar
the,
opposite of last session.
Yeah,
Yes.
last session, this was all combat. I think we're in initiative for
The entire
all but like
session.
maybe 20 minutes of today's session. Thank you for being here.
I
chat.
can't believe we failed
Thank
so many
y'all.
concealment
That
checks.
was,
That was
phenomenal.
ridiculous.
I cannot believe how many concealment checks one party can manage to fail. But I think we have discovered the maximum amount of value that you can get out of basic concealment.
Yep.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.